keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Stars, I keep seeing stars inside your eyes. In my mind, I'm holding on to all the sparks flying through the dark while we collide. Tell me that I'm all you ever wanted. Take me to a crowded place and I know all I see is the way that you breathe. Hit me like a hurricane and I know all I need is your love next to me. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue, right into you. Underwater, I'm under, but I'm high. I can't let go of the way you love me better. Thought I could never touch the sky, but you got me holding heaven. Take me to a crowded place and I know all I see is the way that you breathe. Hit me like a hurricane and I know all I need is your love next to me. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, right into you. Oh, I keep sinking into your blue, into your blue. Yeah, I keep sinking into your blue, right into you.
What is up, guys? Welcome to another 30th plus edition of Mod Workshop. Used to be Mod Mondays, now Mod Workshop. You know, it's funny, we've been hanging out so much. Aussie, it's Aussie.
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 I'm gonna say it right.
Yeah, I did teach that. Yeah.
We're supposed to have like training, because I guess he was like saying, he's like, look, I'm gonna teach you the right way to say Aussie. And it's funny because
Yeah.
I was saying it right before, but now I'm super hyper conscious about
No, you got it perfect. Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm good. So I'm here with Aussie, or Aussie Antics, as
Hey,
we
guys.
go. His name is not Anthony. We've learned that as well.
Yep. What do you want to say?
we're-
You want to say what my name is?
Why don't we
The
start
mystery.
with who are you? Because there's some people here who don't.
Okay.
And do the intro.
Okay. G'day. My name's Aussie Antics. I'm a full-time content creator. I mostly do stuff around esports, Fortnite especially, do casting, streaming, bunch of video games, just the usual kind of spiel of people who are lucky enough to play games for a living.
And that's the thing, is like I love that that's actually how you start. You're like, look, I'm lucky enough.
Oh,
like,
100%.
It's
This
not
is
one
great.
of those things. It's like, yeah, you're not. You know, sometimes you meet individuals, and luckily I haven't had a chance to do that. But you'll see some of these people are just like, look, I'm owed this, and you're like, no, man,
no.
I'm so lucky just to
No,
get to
this
do
is
this.
great. I mean, look at this. I get to build a beautiful new PC. I'm out here, like I'm traveling the world. I'm from Australia. I'm now in Canada. I'm down in LA. It's been amazing. Like that's you only few people are that lucky, and I appreciate it.
Well, there we go. And so, guys, today it is going to be an absolutely great show. I think we've kind of honed in the new format, which is actually really cool. So before, what used to happen, and you've never got to see this, but we used to just build a PC. And then sometimes we'd make it over to the time where we'd actually get to game.
Yep.
And so, like, over time, especially once we kind of got the Mod Workshop moniker, now what it is like we'll build 75% of this together,
Okay.
and then we're gonna go let you do your thing. So
You did the boring stuff.
Yeah, well,
You did the cable management stuff.
Yeah, so it's so funny. Like you and I were talking about, but we'll still have like 600-700 people watch me cable manage.
Oh yeah, your viewers would love it. I mean, my viewers probably love it as well. But for me, like that's the part that I'm scared to do. Like the RAM, the graphics card, like you plug it in, it's nice. Like oh, it's shiny. The cable stuff is where I start to get scared. So you can handle that. That's great.
And like I said, the whole thing for me, it's like it's people call it therapeutic. I mean, we have a lot of people here who sit there and they watch it, and so we want the back of your PC to look as nice as the front of your PC, which is actually
okay.
Yeah, so it's like we'll show it off when you get to the end and all that sort of stuff.
I've seen the dirty secrets behind the curtains of a lot because I've had a lot of PCs now, and yeah, if you can do that, I'll be very impressed because I think I've yet to see a PC that looks as nice from the back as the front. Usually it's like, oh, so pretty, and at the back it's just like a rat's nest.
It's like you see the guy over there on the side trying to sit on the case to get it to shove it and close it.
Genuinely, one of my previous cases, you had to leverage it to get the cables.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm used to that.
And anyway, huge shout out because this is not just usually we do this like with other partners, but today we're doing it with iBuyPower. And so iBuyPower, if you don't know, iBuyPower and they are their sister company Hyte, who actually designed this case, and they're like a DIY company.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so we've done a bunch of stuff. If you're Robeytech, if you're from Robeytech, you know we've done a bunch of stuff with Hyte, with their Revolt, with their Y60. But this is the iBuyPower edition of the Hyte Y60, which is actually pretty cool. Okay. And so we're going to be talking about parts. All of the stuff that you actually see us build here are completely capable. You're able to purchase those parts right from iBuyPower.com and actually purchase this exact same PC minus one part, which is the 10 terabyte hard drive for all your kitty memes.
That
was hard in his contract.
Oh, I need a 10 terabyte. Yeah, I asked that. I negotiated that. I was like, how big's the hard drive? I have a lot of kitty memes, 10 terabytes. But so wait, so you can actually, so people can just go in and basically buy the PC that I have built. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
If you want to do this, minus obviously there's some Robeytech touches, but let's go through what's actually in this PC right now. So here it is. This is what we're putting inside of it. So we've got the Intel Core i9 12900 KF. Now people may not know what the KF is. KF means that there's no integrated graphics, which is it's all about gaming, all about power. It actually has an in some cases we've actually seen with the Silicon Lottery that the KF outperforms the K from a gaming standpoint.
Okay.
You've got that Asus ROG Maximus Z690 Hero, which is like the beefiest MOBO in the world, right?
Okay.
Like also great should you be home invaded to be able to take out people because it's just so hefty.
Okay.
You've got an Asus ROG Strix RTX 3090.
See, this I know.
Yeah, you don't. You're like, I know this power.
The CPU and the graphics card are the two ones that I instantly clue into. I know 3090. Yeah, that's.
And what do you tell when you tell your audience? You're like 12900K and 3090. What does that mean?
That's pretty much it. Means the top of the line. That's power's power. That's gaming. That's as far as I can go. I have now got, again, my viewers know this. I'm okay, but I like to have the best gear. So I genuinely now get to say that I have the best PC and still don't know how to use it.
There we go. There we go. So there it is. More frames in Fortnite because of we'll just say the 12900K Fortnite edition. KF.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
We've got a 1 terabyte Western Digital Black SN850. This is a NVMe Gen 4 SSD, which is awesome. So it's very, very fast. Great for loading times, all that sort of stuff.
Yep.
We've got that 10 terabyte Seagate Iron Wolf Pro for your kitty memes. As per your contract, we got it all in there. We're going to be, don't worry guys, over the course of the show, we'll be showing all 10 terabytes of his kit. I'm just kidding. We're not going to do that. We've got DDR5, ADATA XPG Lancer, DDR5, 32 gigs at 6,000 megahertz. So this is like the fastest RAM.
Wow.
And then you've got that Hyte Y60 iBuyPower edition case, which means they've got all their RGB stuff. We've got the Deep Cool Castle 360EX with the iBuyPower logo. Now the cool thing about the 360EX, and we'll show this a little bit later, but you can actually change the logo inside of it. So if you wanted to put like, Australia in there, or like,
I can put my logo.
I'll put your logo in there. Yeah, there's some really cool options with that, but they've obviously put the iBuyPower logo in there for now. And then we've got that Thermaltake Tough Power Grand RGB. This is RGB. So again,
the PSU is RGB?
The PSU is RGB. So therefore, it cools way better because it's got RGB. Because we know RGB, not only does RGB look good, but it adds frames. If you really want 300 plus frames per second, you have to have a lot of RGB in your system. So pretty much the top end of the gaming in terms of what we're building today, and in a really great fish tank-esque case. So for showing off all the parts. And you've never seen this case before.
No, I've never seen this case before, and this is good because I'm doing a lot of moving as well, and it's a beautiful case. And if this fits all like the top of the line parts in it, and it's still like spacious for cooling, but I can move it, like my current case, It's this is a lot more compact in a good way.
The other thing that people really enjoy about this case is that they love vertically mounted GPUs.
Yes,
so we're
I
going to
haven't
get
seen
that
that
GPU.
before.
Yeah, you're going to have the GPU sitting up against the window.
Okay.
And what's going to look very, very nice. It's got a Gen 4 riser in it. Cool. So all in all, like when we're done building this, this is going to be a very great looking PC. And the other thing too, guys, one big difference about this versus any other ones is that I've actually already put the parts together, benched them, updated the system, put Windows in on. So hopefully, the hope, and then it's always weird, but when it turns on, it should be all red. So it'll basically be ready to ship. We've done some testing, which you have technical challenges when it has come to.
It's the tech curse. Yeah, my viewers know this one. I am very technologically cursed. I like having good gear, and I know I put it through the test because I'm moving a lot and stuff, but things just seem to always go wrong. So when I showed up and you explained the fact that you've already tested it and it should turn on, that put my heart at ease. I love that you picked red though, because if you hadn't said anything and it turned on red, I probably would have panicked. That's got to be, like, to me, that's an alarm bell color, but I'm sure it'll look cool. And if you promise me it works, I'll trust you. But yeah, that puts my heart at ease a lot.
Oh, that makes it good. A couple things. One, it's iBuyPower's colors. You know, it's for the most part, it's one of those neutral ones.
Beautiful. Yeah.
It's a beautiful color. And then the other thing too is we're also adding, because we've looked at your other system. I think some people like it, and especially for your Robeytech viewers watching right now, what is the system you're traveling with? Because some people are going to be like, wait, what?
Yeah, I don't. I explained it to you. I don't know the actual full. It's the Gundam.
It's the Gundam. He's got the ROG Gundam PC.
We're talking full. Again, compared to this one, it's got the straps on top of it, which when I first saw it was like, that's a cool visual aesthetic thing. I didn't realize that was actually going to be one of my favorite elements of the PC, because moving that thing, the straps come in very handy. Yeah. So I've moved that PC 4 times in 4 months. So yeah. So the mobility.
The Gundam PC was one of those. It was almost like the waifu for PC builders. Because it's it was a lot it was at the time when 3000 series GPUs were hard to get, and that's why you got it, because it was one of the only ones you could get. But the thing was, it was they did such a good job theming the parts together.
It was cool.
It was a really cool system. Now, and then on the 27th, we're actually going to build the Evangelion version of that, which is actually pretty interesting. But I think it's rad that that's your travel PC. And I know it's hefty. It's travel, and it weighs a bajillion pounds. But great PC to get to go with. And then your other system, the one at home, I think other people will dig this too, because it's this was in some ways a competitor to it. It's in the Lianli 011 dynamic, right?
And when you're talking about frame, RGB equals frames, my viewers know it was full rainbow puke settings. I had the 10 RGB fans, they were all full rainbows, spinning everything. So the fact that this power supply has RGB in it, you said that, and most people might think but for me, the more RGB, the better. So yeah, I had the and this case, again, it reminds me of that case, but I love the style of it. This is really, really cool.
And I think one of the things that I really like about this, and one of the things I like about Hyte in general, is just the amount of time that they spent thinking about the build experience. I think there's going to be a lot as we build this, because this is your first time ever building a PC.
Pretty much, yeah. So I did some content with Intel in Australia where we built a PC, not one that I was using, and then we also upgraded my CPU when I went from 11th gen to 12th gen and stuff, but I've never from scratch really kind of put all the parts in as much. So I've only ever had that one experience where I was doing it with Gearseeker, shout out to him. But this one, even when I was talking to you and I was like, where does it go? Because I've never seen vertical mounted or anything like that. So this, I think, will be interesting. I'm glad you're here, though.
And I think this will be a lot of fun. And so I think the one thing is you'll see, especially with using the Hyte Y60, just a lot of care in terms of how we put stuff. It'll feel like, wow, this is almost just like a puzzle, right? Where everything just kind of fits where it is, and when it's done, it honestly looks really nice. But I'm excited about this. I'm excited to get a chance to help you walk through this, because our hope, and I think people who've watched this show before know that we want you to come away and say, it's not like when you're on your stream and people are like, so tell me about your rig. It's oh dude, no, I helped build my rig. This is my thing, right? And that's going to be pretty cool.
I've got you to make sure I don't. Everyone says it's impossible when you've got a good case, you know what you're doing to break it, but we'll see.
Those people are liars. I've tried really hard.
Thanks for the confidence.
No, I'm just saying, I feel, yes, you have to really work hard to do it, but it is, we've had one fail even here on the show.
Yeah, I love that you admit that, though. That's cool, because that's how it's honest as well. I like that. That's exciting. A lot of my viewers as well are going to be less experienced in PC building than yours. So I think it'll be cool for them to pick up from a professional how to build the PC, what parts go in, what order and stuff like that, because I think that'll be very interesting to a lot of them.
Well, it's funny because even one of the things that we talk about is we were building PCs with nothing, and the one thing that we always like to try to get across with the show is that you don't have to be me to build a PC, right? And so, in a lot of cases, there are people videos I've made, or Linus, or Gearseekers, or many of those guys who have these step-by-step guides that can be just like having virtual me doing what we're going to do with you right here. Cool. And so you guys are going to see here, by the time we're done, that this PC will just get built. It's going to look great, and he's going to feel super confident. Now, just walking through the show in general, what we're going to do is we're going to take, like I said, for the first hour and a half, it's going to be me and Aussie basically building the whole system together.
Yep.
And then you're going to jump off, and then you've got some. I'm really excited about the second half of this system.
Okay.
Because you have some questions from your audience.
Yes.
That you're going to answer as part of this whole thing.
I'm going to answer a bunch of questions. You guys probably saw that I made a tweet yesterday where I got your guys' favorite questions, and I am going to be doing our hotline segment again. This is going to be very, very cool. So, and I must say, for anyone who's watching and like sent in a question, thank you. It's Twitter.
Yeah.
I was a little bit worried for a second, the kind of questions I was getting, but some of them are really good to the point where I was like answering some last night on my phone because they were such good questions. Like, no, I'll save it for tomorrow. So yes, I'm going to play Fortnite on another setup that we have here. I'm going to try the new season as well and the new updates, the new cool stuff. If you guys are Fortnite fans, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, it's fine. And answer your guys' burning questions. So I'm excited for that.
And so at the same time, we'll still be interacting.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see me building
This
a
setup's
PC.
so cool. You're over here, I'm over there. I'm excited for that.
It's going to be cool. And so we're just going to interact. Now, the other thing, too, is for my audience, I learned that you play Fortnite in a very unique way.
Yes.
You use a joystick.
Yeah. So again, if anyone wants to kind of watch that one later on, I am a bit of an anomaly on that one. I use keyboard and mouse, but instead of like WASD like you would normal gaming, I have my thumb on a joystick that controls my movement, and then I do my key binds with my other fingers. So yeah.
Very, very cool, and it just really neat to get to see. So if you have some questions about that, I'm sure he'll answer those as well.
Course.
But
Happily.
it's going to be a super chill stream, guys. We're going to have a great time. We're going to build a PC, watch some video games, hang out, hear some good things about life and just who you are, and then go from there. But for now, why don't you take this off and just set it off the side? I'm going to grab the stuff we need.
First step
for first step, lift.
Nice. Yep. Sweet.
Second step, get out very beefy components that we need to put our motherboard together. Now, you've seen this stuff before a little bit.
Yes, I've seen the components definitely as well. Yes. This is not completely new to me. I have switched the GPU out once, the RAM out once. The only thing I haven't switched out before myself is the CPU.
By the way, I do want to give I want to give some love to Bento, who got us a new iFixit kit, and this is the deluxe one. Look at all of that. So we got the new. This is like if you're Jay's 2 cents, but we finally got all the iFixit components here. We're still going to be using Excalibur. Don't worry, that is still going to be a thing.
He
was asking. He was like, "What are some of the shticks?" You know what I mean? It's like Linus drop stuff, which I think it's funny that even the Fortnite guys know that Linus drop stuff. And so I was like, "No, we do dad jokes, and we play with Excalibur." So that's kind of the big thing.
We have a really big.
We have a really big screwdriver. Cool. So why don't you go ahead and open that up?
Okay. Is this heavy? Did you prepare this earlier?
Oh yeah, this is our I know it all works. So yeah, there it is. Yeah,
cool.
Fancy box.
Yeah, no, actually, I love how I'm excited by the boxing. But cool. Okay.
And then we're gonna go and take that off.
Yeah.
There you go. And then you're gonna take basically the motherboard out.
Okay.
And it should just kind of lift out. And then I'm going to take this out, and then this is going to be where we're going to put all your extra stuff. Now, remember I was telling you about all those NVMe SSDs? This is so you can put a bunch more.
Okay.
If you wanted to, but for you, you're actually in good shape.
I think I'm pretty good. So, I mean, this is my game PC. I think I did see for stream PC and stuff like that, there was always the, you have like the internal capture cards and stuff like that. But I think for game PC, I mean.
Yeah, you're going to be good. Now, we are giving away things during the show, guys, and so we're going to have some codes, 10 codes that we'll be going to giving that people can put in there. If you're over in Aussie's chat, the way that it's going to work is there's actually a link, and we'll have our guys hand it over to your guys. You're going to go to that link and put in this code in the gleam.io. So so I'm going to tell you a code. Don't put that code in chat. You don't need to do that. You're going to go put that into the link. The code is Hyte Y60. That's the first code. We're giving away 2 Core i5 12600Ks. Plus 12th Gen swag kits, and 8 12th Gen swag kits, which have like the chippy and all that sort of stuff. Do you have a chippy?
I have a chippy. I got the mouse mat and everything. Yeah, I got my full Intel swag pack. It's actually a cool swag pack. Yeah. Okay, nice.
And you're actually wearing like a Gamers Day 2021 like sweatshirt too.
I am as well.
Look at him. He's like branded out today.
I've been with the Intel family for a while, and I'm proud of it. So I wanted to rock it as well. This one obviously got back at home in Australia, and I thought I'd bring it for the big fancy shoot in LA as well.
No, there we go. Yeah. Look at that. This is the fancy shoot.
This is the fancy shoot.
This is the fancy shoot.
Yeah.
Okay, so now what we're gonna do is the people really dig this.
Okay.
The peels. Find all the parts to peel.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Yep.
So here it is. This is.
Can you do it slow?
Do it slow. Let people enjoy it. I'm gonna get the boxes out of the way so you can get some good views of it there.
That's actually really cool.
Oh, and that's like a whole display.
Am I meant to peel this one?
Yeah, you pull that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let's see. This is gonna be a lot of what today is gonna be me making sure I can't break things.
It's okay. It's better to ask questions versus and I'm like, yeah, that wasn't supposed to come off. I don't know how you did that.
Nice.
Look at that.
Yeah, I can definitely see the appeal of this. And this is the thing. See, when you talked about like it's my PC and like I built it, I peeled off the plastic.
Exactly. You're
I
like,
think I'm
no,
good.
I did all the key parts. Yeah,
I think I'm
that
good.
should be it. That
Okay,
should be
cool.
everything. Wait
Yeah,
till we
I'm
get to the GPU. Actually, I don't even know if you'll get to do that one, but
Oh, okay. That's
dude,
fine.
it's got like
I can trust you with
73
it?
peels.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, it takes like an hour.
Okay.
It's so funny. Okay, so this is the like I said, this is the Z690 Hero Maximus. This is like a super beefy board. Obviously, you've got a lot of VRM, so we can overclock all that sort of stuff as well. It's got a lot of extra stuff for water cooling. So should you decide after this, you're like, I'm going PC crazy, we're going to start doing custom water cooling and all that
I
sort of
love
stuff.
how there's a way to upgrade this PC because this PC is already like my top of the line dream PC. Like I couldn't think of adding anything to it. But if you tell me there's stuff I can add to it later, maybe we will.
Yeah, but yeah, maybe we'll figure that out at this point. But for now,
Cool.
let's just make sure it works, and when it gets home, how about we start
Yeah,
there?
that's a good start for me.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is you're going to push this and kind of slip it out.
Yep. Okay, so I believe this is like the.
Yeah, this is for the
we go.
side. There you go.
Yep.
And then go ahead and open it all the way.
Okay, so is that like, do I do? Yep.
Yeah, just pull it like this. Now what we're going to do is we're going to grab your CPU here.
The packaging on this is so cool.
Yeah,
like, it
this
just makes it look so fancy.
So
like you got
the-
golden disc.
Yeah, so this is the wafer. This is actually how
Oh,
CPUs
okay.
come.
Okay.
And so each one of these would be one, and then as it gets further out, you'll start like at 12900Ks near the center, and then it gets to smaller afterwards because it's all about the binning and testing. But they're all printed on the same wafer.
Okay.
So that's actually what you're looking at there. And then here
That's
is
super cool.
your 12900KF.
Yep. It's so, like, see, that's what scares me as well. Like when you talk about like, when I talk about breaking things and like I'm just holding like the nicest CPU, like this is like the power and the brains.
Well, the
This
good thing
everything
is I
I've
know
been
they
dying
have
to get.
another one right over there. So
Okay.
if you should break
Okay.
it, we can just steal that one.
Okay.
I'm sure that they won't care.
Now, this part, I believe, am I doing
Yep,
this
just
on?
like that. And then you're just
That
going to
way?
sit it right inside. Yep.
And then like I know you're supposed to like kind of place it in gently, and then do you like you need to make sure it actually goes in. So do you like?
make sure? Yeah, there you
kinda
go.
wiggle it?
And then,
Okay,
and then
yep.
you just wiggle it a little bit.
Okay.
Now here's the fun part.
Yep.
This is a big one for the thing. So using your thumb, kind of push down.
Yep.
And then we like to see this part will pop off. So just push it down, and then using your thumb,
Oh,
and then
like
pull
all the way?
Yeah, all the way, and then pull down. No, not on that. On this.
Sorry?
Yeah, just like that.
Yep.
Okay. And then it cleared the VRM.
See, that kind of like freaks me out. And then do I clip this
Yeah,
back
just
under
put that
now?
back under. Did you see how high that one jumped though?
I mean, that kind of
was a
freaks me out, though. I don't like that. I'm not going to lie. That kind of freaks me out. I think that's the kind of, I was like, I think it's supposed to happen, but I don't know if I just broke it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry for
you
your
did.
viewers who are used to, like, you've probably seen a bunch of PC builds, you've done a bunch of PC builds. I haven't even really watched them. The only PCs builds I've watched, and I'm not going to talk about too much on this channel, are the terrible ones.
Oh, yeah,
I've
yeah.
done-
I
I've
know
seen, like,
exactly
a
what you've watched the one that
The one.
everybody's watched. The one that everybody's watched
So-
from The Verge. Yes, yes.
Yeah, okay. I didn't know if we're going to be naming
no,
and
no,
shaming,
yeah,
but
you can
okay.
totally
so,
do that.
so that's the only one that I now feel bad. I've like smudged it. So like for
Oh,
me,
you're fine. We'll wipe it down.
For me, it's kind of like if something pops or like explodes like that, I think I've done something wrong. But I think we're okay.
So it's you and I were talking about channel points, right? And predictions. So we always
Yep.
have the prediction: will this clear the VRM?
Or like, will actually the
it
plastic bit pop
plastic
out?
work?
Oh, okay,
'Cause
cool.
sometimes
So
it
that was a
doesn't
good
do
thing.
that.
So I
That's
did
a
well.
good thing. You did
Okay.
well.
Look at me go.
And so, but that one actually like cleared. One I actually had shoot back and actually hit me in the chest.
Okay.
Almost knocked me. No, it didn't really knock me out, but it's pretty. But most of them
Cool,
they just kind
cool.
of fail. So this was actually like a big moment. That's why people are like, it cleared it.
Okay, gotcha. Now I get it. Okay. See, it's so funny. When you talked about that originally at the start of the show, I thought that was something to do with like it booting. Like I thought that was like a success
No.
thing. I didn't know that was okay.
Yeah, these are the physical things that builders get into.
Okay.
So the next one that we're going to do, this is about the RAM clicks.
Yep, okay.
And so the louder the RAM click, and you obviously you got to be. I mean, you don't want to be too crazy.
That,
in the
that
timing.
freaks me out.
Yeah.
So it doesn't like just bends and
But
like
yeah,
folds.
bends or
Okay.
whatever. But
Yeah.
like we actually measure the decibel level of the quality of a RAM click. So it's like the better the RAM click. Sometimes we'll like pretend like we get rid of these, but
Okay.
these are little celebrations that you have
Okay.
as like you start to build more of them. So
Yep.
they say that the loudness of the RAM clicks determines the rest of the build. So that's what we're working on now.
okay,
We're working
cool.
on now. So we got our DDR5. So I'm
And
going to
this is
show you
two-
technique.
Cool. And this is 2 sticks of 16 gigs,
Two
right?
sticks of 16 gigs at 6,000 megahertz.
Yes, that's crazy.
And so I've already run them. I've already set them to XMP, so I know it runs 6,000 inside of your BIOS. So you're good to go
So
there.
there you go. On that note, though, because again, this is more, again, sorry for your more experienced PC
Oh, no,
builders,
no.
but for my chat as well, we've talked about this. The amount of, I think I once talked about this in chat, there was two things. One was using a wireless mouse without the dongle, just having just the little Bluetooth
Right.
one. The second one is changing the profile on their RAM. There was at least, I had about 2,000 people when I talked about this, at least 300 people who were watching me had not changed
Yeah.
their profile.
And so
again,
it's like essentially you've paid for something, you're
And
not
you're
even
not
getting the
using
full
it. It's not
performance.
using it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's like basically buying a Ferrari
Yeah.
in New York and only driving it during rush hour.
do you have like a simpler video on that?
Oh yeah. So
Okay.
you can go to my if you go to my
Yeah.
go to my channel.
Please, plug away.
There's literally a setting up for Windows 10 shows you how to set
There
your
you go.
XMP. It's very fast.
Okay, cool, awesome. Because
And
that's
it does.
what my viewers need.
And we have shown people it makes a difference in terms of the amount of frames you're going to get because I mean honestly, especially with DDR5, not as much. It's like a 3 to 5% uplift with DDR5.
Yep.
But on DDR4, when you're going from
Yeah.
like 2666 to like 32 or 36,
It's crazy.
And the other thing too is like with certain CPUs, they have an affinity for certain speeds. So again, it can make a big
Oh,
difference.
okay.
So definitely something if you've got. If you're going to go in, turn on your XMP or your other setting, and
Yep.
then you're basically good to go.
Cool.
Now I'm going to show you the technique.
Yep.
So to get the best click.
Okay.
And then from there, you'll do it on the second one. Okay.
Okay.
So what you're going to do is you set it in just like this with the
Yep.
this graphic out.
Okay.
You're going to stick your thumbs, and then you're going to give it a solid push.
Okay.
You hear that click? That was a quality click.
Yeah, that was a good click. Okay. Can I get this upside down? Now, so you've done in second and fourth
Fourth,
slot?
yeah. So
okay.
so and again, actually, there's actually a little map right here that shows you where it should go.
Oh, okay,
So again,
cool.
so because we're only using 2 DIMMs, that's why you're putting it in
Okay,
those specific.
so then,
slots.
so just like kind
Yeah,
of...
set it in, and then get it like set, and then
Yep.
here. We'll just take it back. Just take a
Yep.
step back. We'll make sure. Okay, everything's good. Now
Yep.
both thumbs.
Yep.
Solid push.
See, mine's weak. I did a weak
I know,
push.
because
I'm scared.
you
I'm
hesitated,
scared,
and it's
yeah.
okay.
That's
It's
fine.
okay.
I would rather that than break it. I'm sorry for the
no.
loudness, but I don't want to break it.
But here's the deal. Like I think this is a really good point for people who build PCs for the first time. And actually, I
Yeah.
prefer you do it your way.
Yeah, I'm going real gentle.
I've built
Slow
1,000
and
plus
gentle,
PCs,
yeah.
right? And so I always show people, and even then, like there's still
Yeah.
some nerves because you're like, how
Yeah.
hard can I push?
Yeah.
Because you don't want to bend the PCB or anything like that. But
that's the kind of thing for me as well. I will be very slow and patient and careful today because that's it. I don't mind if I look like a noob. I don't mind if I look like an idiot, but I just don't want to break anything.
and
that's
that is
my goal for
totally
today.
okay.
Cool.
So I'd rather you do that, but again, we still set the precedent with my click. We
Yep.
know the clicks are good.
We know the clicks are good.
We've got
Yeah.
quality clicks.
Yeah.
So we can move on. But
Cool.
like again, now you've got the one thing is I will tell you if I were to bring out a second motherboard and do it again,
Yeah.
you would be way more
Oh,
confident.
definitely, 100%. Yeah, I mean, also as well, this is because like this is my dream PC too. That's the main thing too. Like I don't want to break anything.
I
to do
feel
with this.
no pressure whatsoever in terms of making sure this works.
You were telling me earlier. So what's the most expensive build you've done here on the workshop?
30K.
Yeah, see, that's insane. So
Oh
to
no, that
this,
wasn't
like-
on the workshop. We did
Oh,
that. We
okay.
did that, but it was still on the show. It
Okay.
was for the team that was here.
Okay.
And then I actually leaked water on it. So it was, yeah. Luckily, they still hired me. It still brought me back. But yeah, no, that was like
Really good at building PCs then.
He's still to this day. It's like we always joke because we use we talk about the water cool fittings. And I'm always like every time I see him, I'm like, yeah. So these fittings. And he's like, So okay. This is the new iBuyPower. You get to break it in.
Okay.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna take that screw out and that screw out right there.
Okay. When you
And
say
Chad, I hope you're having a good time. I hope that you guys are learning a little bit. We try to see the questions as they kind of pop up, but
feel
for
free.
the most part, and it's a captive screw, so shouldn't come all the way
okay,
out.
doesn't come out, so you just keep going until it like kind of
that's
loses.
That's a good question. And then you should just pop right off.
So like now I think that.
There we go.
Yep.
Okay,
and
so now
keep
what we're
this
gonna do?
somewhere close.
Yeah, you can just keep it right there. Yep.
Okay, yep.
Perfect. Now what we're gonna do here?
So
This is
again, I feel like it's good because I'm talking to someone. So for my audience, we're boomers.
Yep.
I don't know if you've got kids. I
Yep,
don't.
yep,
but
I
I'm
do.
still considered a boomer. But at the same time, that's been the craziest thing for me whenever we do PC builds. The fact that is the hard drive.
Yep.
Like, and like we're coming from our day, like it was like a 4 megabit, like megabyte USB.
Yep.
Was probably 6 times the size of that. Like thickness, like that is what? That's terabyte,
That's
isn't
a terabyte.
That's
Yeah, and this is a terabyte
of
at 6,000
Yeah.
megabits per second. So it's like it's crazy how
That is
fast this
insane.
is. Yeah, this is all it needs, right? And then again, for the 2 terabytes, you'll have more flash and stuff on the back. But this
Okay.
is one of the fastest hard drives you can get. And again, guys, if you wanted to build this exact same system, you can go right onto iBuyPower.com. This is one of their systems, and usually so for a lot of their influencers, this is like the ones that they'll bid for, like people of your size and scale. So
cool. Yeah,
it's just pretty cool.
No, I love that. I didn't realize that until I came here today. Because when people are like, oh, you're a PC, like if I wanted, like what PCs, I can literally be like, this is the PC. If you want it, you can go get it. Like I love that. Because custom build PCs are cool, but it does always have that element of like, I want to know if I've played Fortnite or whatever game it is, it's going to have that performance.
Yep.
I'm like, yes, it is.
Now here's the thing, because it's an iBuyPower PC. Now we will. I don't know if they'll do the QC checks and stuff, but it always makes me happy because then it goes to their QC checks.
Yeah.
And then they have. You need to tweet me and let me know that it was quality
Yeah,
enough
of
that
course.
I was
Yeah,
able to go
definitely.
through.
Yeah,
and do it.
yeah.
Okay, so what we're gonna do here is there's a little spot, a little slit in the PCB, and there's a little slot right there, and it just slips in right there,
Wait,
here.
I'm confused.
Just like that. Yep. No, you're right.
Like
and then
there?
just push. Yeah, just push. Give it a solid push. You'll hear it
I'm
click.
trying to like do
Yep.
it while it's like not too high. Wait.
Give it a push.
Yep.
There you
Cool.
go.
Yep.
Okay, and that's how you
See,
know
the
it's
fact that it sits up is so weird, but okay, yep.
And so that's how you kind of know it's like a diving board. Okay, so
Okay,
now there's
so
a
it's
little
meant to be like
there's
that,
a
yep.
little latch. You're gonna push it down,
Push
and
it
you're gonna
down,
kind of rotate that
you
latch
rotate
so it
the
claps.
latch.
Yep, exactly.
Like that.
Boom, you're done. Okay, so now go ahead and grab that, and at
Yep.
the top there is a peel. So flip it over,
Yep.
and you're gonna peel that little green bit, not the whole thing, just the
Yeah.
green top.
This is where the nail biting comes
Yeah.
out.
And luckily, you see, I always groom. Mine are always usually groomed. And
Well,
so there's a
mine
lot of
usually are, but this is, you do it.
Okay, I'll do it. It's fine. I'm the guy who very.
There
so you're
we go.
luckily, I have nails, so this time it does.
There
okay.
we go.
And then this is just going to go on right back on there, and then screw it back in.
And it screws back in as
Yep,
well?
yep.
Okay.
And so you're going to have to kind of find the holes
Yeah.
and then get it screwed in. And then while you're
think-
doing that,
wait.
I'm going to grab your bracket.
I think, wait, have I?
You may not be in the
there we
holes.
go.
I just
There
kind of.
we go. No, I'm
Okay,
good
got
now,
it.
I think. Yep. We got there.
We got it. We figured it out.
Yep. Cool. So you put all the, is this normal PC building protocol? You never actually put the motherboard in and then put the parts into the motherboard. It's always better to do it out like this?
So I've watched, so a couple things. If you're building a new PC for the first time, my recommendation, you remember how you came in there and it was all sitting on a bench over
Yes,
there?
yes.
That's my recommendation
That was
anytime you
cool.
first build it, is
Okay.
you put all of the components and you build it on top of the motherboard box,
Yep.
plug it in and turn it on and make sure it works. Because the other thing too is if you do it inside of the case and something's wrong,
Yeah.
it's a lot harder to troubleshoot
Yeah.
and replace the part.
Once it's in the case, okay.
So I would say most people, I think, for people who've watched the majority of these builds, I would say absolutely most people do it this way.
Okay.
They'll put everything outside. And then there's some differences in terms of how people do things once we get it inside the case, etc.
Yep.
But yeah, this is pretty standard, I think, pretty standard protocol here. Okay, so this is the bracket for your cooler, is what we're
Oh.
getting here. Oops.
Okay.
Except for some reason it's like jammed in here. Okay, let's see if we... Apparently an order of operations in getting this out of the bag. Okay. So what we're going to do here...
Hey, this I have not seen before. This is completely foreign to me. Everything
This-
so far has been like, I've seen it and I kind of vaguely remember. This I have no clue about.
Yeah, this is about being able to attach the cooler to your CPU.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and flip the whole thing absolutely over and then put it on its face.
Okay. Okay. Like
Just flip it all the way, yep, just like
You
that,
mean
and then
like-
lay it down. Yep.
like that.
Yep.
That freaks
And then
me
what
out,
you're going
but
to do
okay.
is
Yep.
you're going to take this and you're going to stick it in those 4 slots right there, and there's a little
Yep.
sticky on it, so it should just hold.
Oh, okay. So it's not like this isn't.
And you're just going to line it with the back holes.
I'm trying to like, I just don't want to. I'm trying to like be real careful with everything.
It
you
should
go,
just
yep.
slip,
And
and
then
then
just
just give
like-
it
and
a,
then
give it a
just
solid
press it?
push. Yeah,
Okay.
give it a press.
Yep.
And
Like
there you go. And then we're going to flip it back over.
any more solid than that?
No,
We're
and
good?
that's it.
Okay,
yeah,
yep.
and it might pop off, but most of the time it just doesn't. There you go.
Okay.
Okay, so now at this point in time, because of how your motherboard these attach, that is it. Your motherboard is basically done. You've fully done your motherboard. It's fully ready to go inside of the system.
Wow. Okay.
That was all there was to it.
Jeez. All right. That's cool.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to set this over to the side, and I'm going to have you grab.
Yep.
Actually, we'll put it over here. I'm going to have you grab your case and go ahead and bring it back up.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, code 2 guys, again, you guys have been, by the way, huge shout out to your audience who did not do, like, most of the time we'll do this and people are like, they're just going to put it in chat.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Again, put this inside of the link that we're going to put. The second
Yep.
code, guys, is iBuyPower. Obviously, the people that we're working with right here. Second code, iBuyPower. Again, giving away 2 Core i5 12600Ks and those 12 Gen swag kits and 8 just 12 Gen swag kits as well. So there you go, right there. We got the links there. Go ahead and get those in. Hey, iBuyPower is here in the chat, which they show up
Hey,
in my
let's
chat
go.
quite a bit, which
Cool.
is pretty awesome. So it's so good to have them here. Hyte likes to show up as well. They're really, really cool in terms of being in Twitch
Okay.
and stuff like this.
Yeah,
so they
yeah.
might pop into your chat because
Well,
you got an iBuyPower
I mean,
system.
yeah, well, now, I mean, it's really funny. I kept seeing the Hyte command, And I thought that was like a me height thing. Like I thought I'm just used to, because people always see me sitting down. Everyone always thinks I'm way shorter than what I am. But then I put two and two together the case. It took me like a good 5 minutes to figure that out. And I was like, okay, yeah, we'll get there eventually though.
We'll get there eventually. Okay, so now is the time we're going to start. This is the PG-13 part of the show. We're going to get a naked case. So we're going to get it down to its essentials.
I was not one for this one. I was like, okay.
So we're going to go ahead and start doing is going to start stripping. So first thing we're going to do is pull the top off. So you're going to grab it right here at the end, and then just kind of give it a good solid tug. It will come off.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay,
there it is.
Cool.
Okay, so you hand me that, or yeah, let's go and start setting stuff off to the side.
See, this is what you talked about when you talked to like, see, there's not as much room to hide the cable, so I'm excited to see how you go with this, because
all the
my
cables
old
are going to go in
case,
the
it was
back.
just kind of like, yeah, okay.
Okay, go ahead and unscrew this. Let me grab, we might need the bigger screwdriver for this.
Jeez.
There you go.
Is it just,
no, you can just use the...
Look at this thing. This is a me-sized screwdriver. So this is what we're talking about. Like when you talk to like Excalibur, like how much leverage do you need for a PC case? It's got to be a meme, right? Like,
dude, it's at this point in time, it's just fun to basically have people
and now
use
if
it.
you don't have it, people would judge. Like, look at this thing. It's like the length.
so
okay.
big.
All right.
Okay, and then one thing we'll do is we'll do this, which is so we can just store screws. Okay, and then you just give it a pull.
Does it go up or like
Pop,
back?
pulls back.
So pop like that?
Yeah,
Oh,
just like that.
Cool.
See, now we got lots of room back here for hiding cables.
Okay,
I see. Okay, so we got that. Okay, now we got to undo the top. So now there's screws that they put in sometimes. This one doesn't look like it actually has any, which is nice. Okay, so what we're going to do here is you're going to unscrew that.
Yep. How old are your kids?
They're 12 and 14.
Okay.
So they're actually, they're.
Oh,
that was dude. You almost caught that.
I almost caught.
You actually, I actually saw you telegraph where that was going to be. You were just ahead of it. The bounce went a little higher, and then you're just going to give it a push.
Push?
Yeah, push towards me.
Okay.
Like that.
Sometimes I think I'm taking off the back. That's why I'm very happy you know what's going on.
Yep. There we go.
This is similar to, again, the case I used to have, but the reason why the screws, I'm used to the ones that where they stay in. The screw doesn't come all the way out.
Oh, yeah.
But I was going to say, you can tell you've had kids because you are very, very good at calmly and patiently demonstrating what I do. You don't show, you tell.
Yeah.
That's usually a sign of someone who's had kids. Because
I
try to help people with something. I'm a doer.
You're like a doer?
I'm like, watch me do it. It doesn't really teach anyone anything.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is there are 3 screws in the back, here, and here. You're going to unscrew those.
Cool.
And so, I know it's hard for you guys to see, but there are 3 screws here in the back that he's been doing. This is to loosen the side glass, the other piece of glass. And then you just hand those to me, and then we'll just keep them over here in the little.
And now I've noticed non-magnetic screwdriver. Should I worry about using a magnetic screwdriver on a PC or
no? It's just I think it's just because this is fun.
So you can watch me drop the screws.
Yeah, pretty much. This is entertainment for us. Like this is your hazing.
Because it's like I've got like 3mm long screws and like a 1 meter long, or sorry, I don't know what that is for the Americans, long screwdriver, this long of a screwdriver. So it's like, it's a bit more of a dexterity issue I've got going on.
It's funny because I know we actually have like in here, like there's probably a standard Phillips, there should be. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here we go. We'll get the standard Phillips for the big one. But yeah, this would be a magnetic. And the other two is like, check that out. Like in terms of you can just hold it at the top and then.
Yeah,
isn't that nice?
That's
fixed
cool.
it. Yeah, there we go.
That's cool. All
okay,
right.
so what you're going to do here is same thing. Push.
Yep.
Push on it towards you.
Which part am I
Just
pushing
right
on? That
there, just
part,
right here, yep.
And is this,
at the bottom?
Which
right
part
here.
is
Yeah, there
this?
you go.
Oh, it's this
just
panel.
Like that.
Okay.
Yeah, just like that.
The fish tank, like the angles, the fact that it's got like, I didn't know if I'm pulling this part off as well. Okay, so this part I'm guessing never comes off.
Yeah,
this
we
panel
don't take
here.
that. So again, you can actually take it off. The
Okay.
screws are down here at the bottom. The one thing is that at that point in time, it's a lot easier to kind of bend the case.
Okay.
So they keep it in for structural integrity, which is the easiest way to do it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to remove, for now, this part. So we're going to take out that, go ahead and take out that plastic bit.
Yep.
And it kind of wraps around the whole thing.
Oh, okay. I don't want to kind of.
You're not going to hurt anything. It's just not
I'm
attached.
still.
There we go.
Okay, cool.
Okay, garbage there.
Yep.
And then this.
I still can't picture how this is going to mount, but I know you know, so that's all that matters.
And then what we're going to do here is use your big screwdriver because it actually works really well. Is go ahead and take that screw off.
Okay. The big
And
one.
this is where the big screwdriver is actually really helpful because you're
still trying to sell the big screwdriver, aren't you? Trying to find a reason to need it. Yeah, this one you definitely need it. This screw's a big screw.
Yeah, it's actually not because it's a big screw. It's because it's thin, and so when you're using something like this, you're coming from an angle.
True.
But this one you're not. Okay, so what that did is that loosened this. So now we can get into where the motherboard's going to go.
Okay. Yep.
And then I'll give you that. I'll take that, and there we
Nice.
go. Okay, so we got our screws all done, and now what we can do is we can actually install our motherboard. But what I'm going to have you do is go ahead and take these out because that's where our screws and stuff are.
Okay, and what does this do? This is for the
What does it say? What does it say?
You guys can't see it, but I love like this. If the whole PC was like this, I feel a lot more confident. I don't know if I can wait. I might be able to show you guys.
Yeah, you can. You can just show them by pulling the tray
There's
out.
like a plastic bit here.
Yeah.
Like kind of does that come through?
Just pull out.
Oh, I'm worried about the there's like a.
Is there like a zip tie or something?
Yeah, something.
Oh yeah, we just here. Where is it? Oh, this. These are the other great thing.
There we go. Yeah, because I need to show you this for you guys. If this was what all PC builds kind of had, I would be a lot better off. It's the
storage. It shows you
Look
what's
at that. I can't even get a focus on, but there's storage. If every part, it's like a giant Lego case. That part, and just leave it. I'm guessing. I keep handing everything to you as if like you can just put it down, even though I can put it down. But that's fine.
What we can do now is actually, since we have this out, why don't we just have? Well, actually, go and put that back in.
Okay.
And then we'll take the other one out.
Okay.
And then what we're doing, you can go and tighten that one down. Let's go ahead and put your hard drive in.
Okay. So this one we're not using.
Yeah, we're not going to use that. We're going to use this one instead. And then inside of here is all of our like stuff that we need.
I can't believe that's 10 terabytes.
It's so
the fact
crazy.
that I have 10 terabytes, I don't know what I'm ever going to use that on, but the fact that it's that size. Like I would think 10 terabytes would be like the size of the PC in my mind.
What? That's what you contractually wanted, right? You needed 10 terabytes of storage.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, it's good. I mean, why not? Like, you'd rather have too much than too little storage, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so these are all the bit screws here. So what we're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take this. No, sorry, my head is like, okay, there we go. Okay, so, and then what we're going to do is you're just going to slide this in like that.
Yep.
And then we're going to screw in the sides with little screws. We got to find them, though.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess. Sometimes this is always the thing, is like even there. Okay, so I'm going to give you the small screwdriver here. I'm going to see if...
We'll do teamwork. You can do it. I'll hold.
Let me see why it's not lining up here.
Never mind.
Okay, that would work, but it didn't line up. So the question is, how do they want this installed? Do they want it like this? Maybe?
I was like, please tell me I didn't do that step.
No,
sliding in the thing. Like,
no, you did
step that almost no one could mess up.
So it's like here. So again, so you just we wanted to make sure the screws were lined up. So if you hold that, let me just make sure this goes in, and then if this is, did I guess right? Is the question? Oh, I did.
Look at you go. It's almost like you've built how many PCs now?
Yeah, I know. We've built it. Okay, so now I'm going to have you do the rest. So you're going to be using these screws, and this is magnetic now, so it should be fine.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So I just put.
Yeah,
so how many PCs do you think you've built now?
Over 1,000 is
that
we are counting at this
crazy.
point in time. Because we build we still build like 3 a week, right? I mean, on average. So it's like 3 different, and it's always different, which is always super fun. And the one thing I really enjoy about this is that there's always new cases, new stuff like that. So there's always something new to kind of do.
Yeah, well, that's,
this
I mean,
thing.
when didn't you say you turn one of these cases into a fish tank?
Yes, we did this case specifically.
So and when you say a fish tank.
It's literally a fish tank. So yeah, iBuyPower is here in the chat. They've seen it. Like they actually flew down to my studio.
Yeah.
And they all 4 of us on the street. They surprised me, and we thought we were just doing a Hyte build. And they're like, nah, just kidding. We're gonna build a fish tank in it because everybody says it looks like a fish tank. So I actually have on my set.
Sick. I love that.
On my set at the show, there is a fish tank that is a Hyte Y. It looks just like this, but it has fish in it. And so, the fish aren't in it yet. The fish will be in 2 weeks. But everything else, it's been running.
You've
it's been
climatized.
Chat
name the fish.
Yes, they're going to name. Well, actually, the fish, I think we call them they're iBuyPower Y60.
Okay,
so they actually have names.
That makes sense. Though. Okay, cool.
Okay, so you can go ahead and pop that back in.
Go back in, and then like that, I'm guessing.
I think so. Yeah, it should just go in one way. And we've got our storage installed, which I always like. That's the one thing I want to. It's funny. I'm joking with chat. The one thing I never want to drop is the storage. So by getting it out of the way and into the PC, because you can physically it's physical storage. So it's got platters in it. So you're like, oh, I don't want to break that. Okay,
but the 12th gen i9 CPU is like this tiny.
That can be dropped. Yeah, whatever. Nobody cares about that.
That's the part that I'm like really focusing on.
Okay, if you want to go and lay this flat on its back, towards so this is facing up and then towards you.
Yeah, so
just like that, and then flip it around.
Okay,
there you go. Cool. Okay, so now comes the fun part as we start to get everything kind of put inside of this.
Yep.
So I'm going to hold this back, and what you're going to do is you're going to take the motherboard.
Oh boy.
And you're just going to stick it right. See this square?
Yep.
That's where the square right there goes in.
Okay. Yep. Okay. I think here we go. All right, I got this. And I don't have to worry at all about pressing, putting my hands on certain parts.
No, you're okay. Just going to set it in and then just kind of push it over so that lines all the way in. Now, there's a little cable there. Is that a little cable in the way?
Which one?
Right here.
Oh, yep, that one. Okay.
Yeah, I get it. Okay, there you go.
Cool,
Can you get it in?
Yep.
We might sometimes have to remove.
I'm trying to
there you go.
I'm trying to not grab onto parts that I think are important, but there we go.
There you go. And then it needs to go down. There you go. That looks like it's in. And it looks like it's
pre-recorded. No. We are doing this live, so if I break it, you'll know. Don't worry.
Yeah, you'll hear, no.
Yeah, you'll know. Trust me. This is definitely not pre-recorded. Don't you worry.
Yeah.
We will also as well. Like when I'm going and playing games and stuff, and then when we're like. We'll be able to talk to chat more when we're doing our own individual parts. Right now, I'm fully focused. I apologize. This is very serious for me.
It's called high cognitive load.
Yeah, no, seriously. Like I'm sure for you, again, 1,000 PCs, this is just autopilot. For me, this is very much like focus.
No, it's actually the term we used to use when we talked about game development. So is when you're in a place when you're playing and you can only focus on one thing. And so it's like right now we're focusing on each other because I'm giving you instruction and you're focusing on something that is still pretty foreign to you for the most part.
Yes.
And so
very important to me as well.
And so when you're doing something that's called high cognitive load, where that's where you're thinking. So it's like chat. It's right now he's just working on something like that. Okay, so two things here. Let's use this because this is magnetic in this case. Okay. It should be, right? Nope. These screws are not the most magnetic. Okay, so what we're going to do here is you're going to put in the screws. Yep. You're going to go here, here, and here. Okay. And then there's a total of 6. Okay. I mean, a total of 8 that you're going to put in.
Okay, cool. So this on there. Yep.
Yep. And you're just going to start going. Now, when you start, kind of start it. You don't want to cross thread them because it just makes it a pain if we have to do something later. Okay. So you just kind of gently get it started, make sure it goes in straight, and then from there you can screw it.
All these screws have been kind of like just getting to the point of like where it's a bit of resistance and a little bit. I don't really.
And then you can just get it to the point where it stops, right? Yeah, isn't that nice?
It's really
being
cool.
Able to hold
I wasn't used to it, but now I'm getting it because I was sitting there and twisting, and I'm like, I don't think I'm doing this right. Okay, even the screwdrivers are too fancy for me, but that's fine.
But that screwdriver is so nice in terms of just being able to hold it in the back and then just you give it a nice solid, like you just hold it and then just twist it.
Ooh,
isn't that nice?
That's really cool.
Yeah. So the nice little builder trick worth checking out. I would also. It's funny because if you watch me build, I build with something not quite this long, but a very long one because specifically you can get in with just straight at a right angle, which makes a big difference. Versus like sometimes you end up cross threading.
I just love that you can actually make a reason for needing that screwdriver. Because when I first saw it, I thought surely this is just purely for the memes of it.
I mean, I'm sure. If I go back every time, like there's probably like 30 different clips of all these different creators who are like, look at this thing.
Yeah,
and like every time it's been clipped, right?
It's great. Yeah,
for
I love
sure.
It. But I do like this screwdriver. This is nice. I see what you meant.
Yeah.
And you think like that's such a niche thing, but I guess if you're building, what you'd say 3 a week, 1,000 total.
Yeah. And it's like I said for years, and then sometimes you'll have like bouts of like doing three like when you and I were both at DreamHack Dallas. We didn't know each other at the time. Yep. But like that day, I mean, like I did 3 back-to-back builds, right?
That's
every
so
day,
cool.
choosing a new person and then going and doing a build, right? And so let me know if there's something I can do to help. Oh, and then one thing that's nice.
Is there something that's magnetic for me to
check
grab
this
that out?
Yes. It's this right here.
Because I've got one in a really annoying spot. So what does that do?
Yeah, it's a magnet.
Oh. See, okay, so I came from the day where I thought you weren't supposed to put anything magnetic near a PC.
No, you're
like,
fine.
Do you remember that? Like, you would have known, again, maybe people in my chat, Fortnite kids might not know, but like the old TVs, the big backing, and you can't put any magnetic near them because it actually pulls like the ink and stuff forward. I'm used to, I can't do this one. Okay. Have you got more dexterous hands to get in? Yeah,
let me give it a go.
Because I can't help but drop the screw every single time for this one.
Oh, right over here in the top left?
Yeah.
Okay. So my little trick for these is usually just to hold it with one finger and then go into the corner like that.
Yeah, my one was this bottom left one.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I didn't do that one either.
Yeah, that was the one that for me was looking,
So so this one right here.
Come on, me pay
and that's, I will say the one thing that's kind of a struggle with this is because of you've got this beautiful little, I wish this one was, this is supposed to be magnetic and I don't know why it's not magnetic.
I'm glad that it wasn't me struggling.
No, it's not just you.
I just can't, I don't know. I've got long fingers, but they're stubby too.
I'm going to try a bit of a thicker. This might be too thick. Or we'll use the iBuyPower, the thinner one. There we go.
Hey, there we go.
See if that works.
I keep turning out of this.
There we go. Okay, that helped. Okay, that one's a little. This one seems to hold the screws better.
Hey, what's up, man?
Which is nice.
Sorry, my brother's watching.
Oh, nice.
From Australia
That's
as well.
cool.
I don't even know what time this is for him, but that's fine.
Okay, so this one should hold okay. So that one you should be able to hold and then get it in that little slot right there. Now hold this off to the side for you. Look at this. Teamwork makes a dreamer. Oh no, except
and I've
for when
already
it does
messed
that.
it up. Bro, it's like just magnetic enough, huh?
Yeah, it's not quite the way it is.
Okay, I got this.
Let's see. You took the whole thing off?
Yeah, I have. This is crazy. This is not supposed to be the hard part, by the way, for anyone watching.
And the other thing too is like it's also like all in all like this is
There's just no way. This is so awful. It's just a screw. If
it would just hold.
Okay, so I need to like
give it a good push
onto
the
I'm
screw.
trying to like And then there we go. And then I just got to...
Get
There
it
we
in.
go.
Oh, he did
Nailed
it.
Okay.
Can we get some respect in chat? There it is, right there. He
This
didn't give
shouldn't-
up.
I didn't give up.
He didn't give up. He didn't surrender.
I want to say that I've built this, and the screws are an integral part, but it's just crazy the fact that this is what I would struggle on. At least I haven't dropped anywhere they've gone somewhere I can't find, like I haven't lost them. Okay.
All right, there we go. Last one. Oh, don't worry. At least we have extras for this one.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, extra screws.
All right, done.
Okay, so we've got all that now. Okay, cool.
Cool.
So we basically what I'm gonna go ahead and just
Woo.
I'm gonna see. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and just for now we're gonna pop this in. The cool thing about this is that they have a button to eject this, which makes it a little bit easier. So what you're gonna do here is you're just gonna slide that into the slot right there in the top,
Yep.
just like a GPU.
Wait, okay, so it's got to go like that way.
Yep, and then it just kind of pushes
I
in.
just want to make sure. Yeah, okay,
There
cool.
you go.
And then just...
Yeah, just give it. It should just be sit. And for now, we don't want it to be.
Oh.
It's just perfect like that.
Okay, wait, so no, because it's not really like in. Does that matter?
Yep. Nope. That's
Okay.
totally okay for now. We just want it placed.
Okay.
We just want it placed. Oh, it's weird that it's like that. Oh,
Yeah.
That is odd. Okay. Oh, you know what? I bet you that's. I figured out why. Here, let's go ahead and take that
Do
one
the
off.
other one? Yeah,
yeah.
do the
do
top
it
one
now.
or the second one?
Yep.
Cool. Hey, this actually, okay, I see what you're saying about the long and thin screws.
Yeah. See, it just makes it a whole lot easier to be able to get that out.
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna take
now,
that.
So now you're aiming for this
Yeah,
one.
you just take that one out.
Yep.
And then we'll just slip it in, and then it should be fine. It just was a little bit lower than what they had anticipated, I guess.
Wait, it doesn't feel like it wants...
Okay, and then code 3, and maybe you can tell me a little bit about this, is World Cup 2.
Yes?
Yeah? Was that something you were in, or?
Well, no, so World Cup, are we talking like Fortnite World Cup
Yeah.
2? I am scared.
Okay,
I might need to do this
Let
one.
me give it. Okay, cool.
Because I'm freaking out. Fortnite World Cup 2 hasn't yet happened, but hoping it does. Don't think anyone here from Fortnite's watching. I mean, my viewers are, but from Fortnite. But yeah, I mean, we got the Football World Cup coming up. Australia just qualified.
Nice.
Yes, very nice, very nice. It was happening at like I think it was very early in the morning or very late at night, however you want to look at it for my Australian viewers. But for me, it was a perfect time, which was great.
So we'll go and screw that in just for
Yep.
now, just to hold it, because it's like it's got a little bit more tension than I like, but just to get it hold in for now.
Oh my gosh.
You get that in.
I'm trying to...
And there you go.
There we go. Sweet.
Yeah. See, this is, believe it or not, this is actually useful for the big screwdriver.
Yeah, it is. So I'm trying not to put too much pressure on the...
There we go.
case
Okay,
next to it.
cool.
Yep.
So we got that in. Hopefully
Cool.
we can just work around it, but if not, we might have to remove it afterwards. It's just to get it kind of held for now.
Yep.
Okay, so we've got, at this point in time, we've got all the stuff. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to push all of our front panel connectors and have you hook those up. And this is
Okay.
all the stuff that makes the case work with the motherboard.
Okay.
Is what we're going to do now. So let me go ahead and grab this.
So I'm going to be able to change like the RGB color
Yep.
scheme on everything?
Oh,
Let's go.
yeah.
Okay, because now
It's-
the problem is for people in my chat watching, you guys know I've been moving my setup a whole bunch. I am going to have this beautiful PC on display, but you're going to have to wait until I move one more time, then I'm going to be able to put it on display. Because when I first get it back, I'm in the office and not a lot of space. But in future, I'm going to display this. That's why I care so much about the RGB, because this will be the shining glory of
Because
the
it's got
stream.
it. Yeah,
It does.
Yeah, it's got it. It's
Yeah,
got to
they're
look
pretty
that way.
light. So I argued there was a good portion of my viewership when I had my PC on display that I bet were just sitting there staring at the mesmerizing, spinning pretty lights.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and start running all of these
Yep.
to the right spots. Okay, so
This
what
will be,
we
I'm going to watch.
okay, so what we're going to do here is I got to take a look at the side here. So this is your USB 3.2. There it is right there.
Uh-huh.
And then we're going to take your USB-C.
Yeah, because this is for the toe button area, wasn't it?
Yep, it's for the toe button area.
Yeah, over
So-
here.
Yep, so there's
the
your
phone charger
USB.
built in.
Actually, move this down one. There you go. And then for USB 3.2, we're going to put that up here. That's like our USB-C. And then this is going to kind of be on the outside. Okay, so, and then for this, I think the best bet, yep, is through the bottom here. So we're going to grab our, where is it? HD audio. So your
Cool.
HD audio, that's going to go right up here.
Yep.
Okay, that takes care of that. Now, the cool thing about iBuyPower, which is actually really neat, or at Hyte, is that they actually, for your front panel connections, they gave you all of your front panel connections are just off of a single connector. So
Oh,
that's all
cool.
your fans. It's a fan. So I'm just trying to find, that's
Those are
your
good.
fan at the bottom. Okay, so we'll take these.
I like the process.
Okay, so this is actually your front panel connections.
Cool.
Okay, so that's going to go right here. This is going to go right here. That's your HD audio, and that's for like plugging in your stuff at the front.
Yep.
And then we have 2 fans down here at the bottom. And I'm going to take a look at those real quick. Yep, okay, so those are going to go right there, okay. And then these are going to go right up here. Okay. Okay, so there it is. There's all of our connections ready for you to plug in on the other side.
Cool.
So I just had to route them all so that way we could get them all connected.
Okay, when you say plug in, I'm going to need you to...
Yep.
I mean, this is the part that's kind of like Lego City in the sense that like you can't really plug into the wrong spot, right?
Nope.
So where am I going?
So we'll start with this one. You're going to want to go right at a 90 degree. It's going to go right in there.
Yep.
And then just give it a good solid push. Okay, cool.
That's it?
So yeah, that's that one.
Cool.
So I'm going to kind of run that one down so it looks nicer as best we can. So we're going to run it like this. Okay, so this one, USB 3.2, it's going to go right into this one. Now, if you get some resistance when you push it in, you might need to turn it around. It goes. It only kind of goes.
No, there you go.
There you go. Just give it a solid. There you
everyone knows USB is going 3 ways.
Yep.
You try it once, try the other way, it doesn't work, and you somehow
Then you switch it one more time.
Yeah, 3 times.
This is your front panel connector. This is going to go right on this.
Yep.
So on all of these connections, right there.
Okay. These ones are scary because they're like, oh no, never mind.
Nope, that one just goes very easily.
Yeah, cool, awesome.
Okay, and then this one is your HD audio.
Okay.
See the far left, right. Ooh, that pin's right there. Can you get it in there? If not, we're gonna have to take out our.
I think I can. Yeah.
And it should. And you can see there's a missing pin.
Oh.
See where it says HD audio? There's a missing pin, and the lines. It only goes in one way. This is what I'm talking about. It's literally just like.
I'm looking at this and I'm like.
Here, let me take.
Am I stupid because there's 2 in? The missing pin. Oh, because you have to go 1 in on a row. I'm guessing.
Yeah. So you're gonna go. Yeah. You're gonna go right.
Sorry, you do this one because I don't want to.
Should go right.
That makes sense because I'm looking at it. I'm like, there's 2 pins missing, but it's the second gap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's right there. Yeah. It's just so it goes to far left, just like that.
Cool.
Okay. So that takes care of that one.
Yep.
And then now we've got 2 little fans right here. You see right here, there's one here. So I'll plug one in, and then you can plug in the one next to it. So I'll plug in the hard one, and I'll let you plug in the one next to it.
Okay, cool. So obviously if you had multiple fans, they just keep going in a row on these connectors? Okay.
And then I'm going to have to get my, it's just the angle's got to be, there it is, okay. So here's that one.
Cool.
And then what you're going to do, so this little, there's a little, you can see there's a little plastic bit. I'll let you get a better view of it here in a minute. Okay, is that, okay, I just need to make sure this is running to the same place. Okay, I'm going to rerun that. Okay, there we go. I had it in the right place. Okay. So there's a little see how there's these little teeth?
Yep.
Those little teeth go around the little plastic here at the bottom.
Okay, yep.
So you're just gonna give it a solid push. I'm just pushing it in the wrong, I'm getting it in the harder hole. There you go, okay.
Oh.
So there's that one. And I'm gonna have you do the one next to it.
Okay.
Okay?
So it's the same thing. When you say next
same thing.
Oh, okay, gotcha. And now, so I'm missing the far left
Yeah, you're
pin?
near the far right one. So you're going to push it as far left, right on top of that three plastic.
So you're far left.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there should be one pin to the right of it.
Okay, and one pin in the middle as well? Or
Yeah,
no?
one pin in the middle and one pin to the right. Yep.
I'm trying to like,
and it's kind of hard to push in, but you'll see it's like
it's got the angle with the lighting here is what I'm struggling with. I'm trying to like not get my fat head in the way of the light, but also still see what I'm doing.
We try to make it challenging here at the.
I think I'm trying to. If I go, okay, what? I think it's because I'm trying to be too gentle.
Yeah, it could be pushed.
I'm gonna let you do it.
Okay, so.
Because I see what I'm doing.
Okay, so it just goes right here, and then you're just gonna kind of give it a. It does take some there.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, see, okay, I'm being way too gentle. Never mind. Okay.
Okay, yeah, and that's the thing. Is like some of this is just
well, once I see you do it, now I know. Same with the RAM. I was like, oh, okay, I have to be super careful with the RAM.
Okay, so that is now what we have, guys. Is everything is plugged in to the motherboard. Everything is plugged into the motherboard.
Yep.
So why don't we do this? We're going to take a quick 5-minute break.
Yep.
Get some water. We'll come back.
Cool.
And then what we'll do is we'll get our AIO together.
Yep.
And then from there, we'll get our AIO mounted.
Cool.
And then after that, then you get to go play some Fortnite.
Sweet.
Okay.
Let's go.
We'll see you guys in about 5 minutes.
I think there's really something special about where you come from and what your family gave to you. And something that my family has given to me is my palate. When I make a latte for somebody, it's something I really care about. It's something I made from my own palate that my family passed down to me. And I'm able to serve that to the community in a way that makes them feel loved, that makes them feel cared for. And it's really special. It is. It makes my job worthwhile. It's really just utilizing all of the gifts that my ancestors gave to me and serving that to make people feel cared for. My name is Erica Escalante, and I'm the owner of Cafe Reina. I'm a barista, a baker, a mommy, and a gamer. I was born in Temecula, California. I come from a Latin family. My dad's family is from El Salvador, and that is really important to my upbringing and my culture. I have always loved playing games. So every few Christmases, my family would all pitch in together and make sure we got a new console for Christmas. You know, it was really special because even from a young age, we knew that my parents really couldn't afford that, and that it was a gift from many different family members, and that they all pitched in so that we could have a gaming console. Hold on, let me make sure this isn't too much coffee for this.
There we go.
You got it? Okay. I've loved coffee for a long time. I remember drinking coffee at home with my mom with cream and sugar, and then as I got to be a teenager, we would go to the Starbucks, and it was really expensive, and so we could only go every once in a while, but man, I was hooked. I thought it was the coolest place. And so right after high school, the first place I went to apply was at Starbucks.
Whoa.
Look at that. What do you think? Wow, look at the cake. Wow! Oh. So after high school, I knew I wasn't going to be able to afford to go to college. My parents helped me find an internship with an old friend of theirs up here in Portland, Oregon. It was a lot of kids and a lot of older people, but there wasn't a lot of people my age except for one person, and his name was Trevor. He was kind of like a quiet, nerdy, nice guy, and something I really loved about Trevor was he really liked playing games, and it's just really sweet when you find someone who has the same level of gamer that you do, and our level of gaming seems to match each other, and that's just really special and sweet. Okay, you're supposed to go down now. No?
Wait.
No?
Yeah. Now
Okay.
you go.
Oh, I see.
I'll slide down
Well,
here. Right?
no. Okay.
No. No, I think you have to jump over, right?
I don't know.
Okay, hold on.
Okay.
You let me go down this
All
thing.
right. We'll show you our wedding cake right here. Settlers of Catan was on the bottom,
It
which
was
is
a
a
cake.
board game. This is a cake. What father of the groom wears a short sleeve collared button up to a wedding?
See, to me, that's like the most endearing thing that he could have worn.
Oh
I
my
love
God.
that. We look so different, don't you think?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
I like myself more now.
Yeah, I like myself more than that too.
These are conchas. Vegan conchas.
Pretty good.
I found a job near the small church that I attended, and it was a small Hawaiian tiki themed coffee shop. A couple years went by, and the owners were working other jobs, and they just really needed to be done running the coffee shop. They asked me, like, hey, are you interested in taking over this coffee shop because we're done? I said yes. I was 21 years old. Trevor and I had just gotten married 2 months prior.
Yeah, I'm doing it. So.
You know, the cafe has always been my thing. It's not really been Trevor's thing, but I've just needed so much help. And so even when we first got started, I would train Trevor as a barista and get him behind the bar to help me out. And he has worked throughout this company many, many, many days. And so even now, he'll come and help on the weekends. If we're short-staffed or we just need an extra hand, he'll be here to help me bake, to barista, to work the register, whatever I need. He's always been willing and available to help. I was able to expand into Portland into a bigger shop, and eventually as I grew older, my business also kind of matured and created its own identity as Cafe Reina. It means coffee queen in Spanish. And I'm really, really proud of the brand. I'm really proud of our vibes. I really understood as I got older how sweet my heritage is, and I was able to infuse that into what we do here in the cafe. I love it, people love it, and it's just fun to show off my family heritage. You know, as the years gone on and our family has grown, we have 2 kids now, we still love to game together. We still take time every evening almost to play games. Now our kids are getting into gaming too. Our oldest loves to play video games with us, and I'm sure our youngest would too. She loves to watch while we play. The pandemic was obviously really hard for kids because they couldn't go to school and they couldn't play with their friends. So Geely would call or FaceTime her friends or her cousins, even from out of state, and they would log on together and play Minecraft together for a really long time and spend time together that way. It was really, really fun. We have our Predator Triton 500. It's really awesome for gaming, and what's great about it is that we can all game at the same time now. So if I'm playing on the console, Trevor's on his computer, we still have another option to kind of either play together, or 2 can play together and 1 can play their own thing. But it just gives us a lot of options for what we can do and how we can spend time together. I haven't played a lot of Destiny, but now it's really nice when Trevor wants to play that I can play it side by side with him using the laptop. It's super nice that the laptop has all the power of a desktop, but then it's mobile, so it's great for work stuff. I definitely use it for like accounting purposes and all the different graphic design you have to do for a business, so menus, signage, all the different things. It works really great with all that. As I've been raising the kids, I've just realized how important community and culture is to me, and how important it is to teach them about their place in the world. And so it's been really important for them to know their extended family, to be around them, to learn from them, to be loved by them. And so we made the hard decision that it's time for us to move back to Southern California. You know, as proud as I am to create this business and to create Cafe Reina, what's most important really is for us to be with our family and raise the girls in the culture. Man. I think I'm most proud of creating that place that I loved when I was a teenager, like creating that sense of belonging for other people and for myself. When I was a teenager, I wanted friends, I wanted connection, and the coffee shop gave that to me. And so now it's like I'm giving that to others. I've been in LA for a couple months now. I'm getting settled in, and I am having a great time. I am loving being back. It's been really great to be back in the sunshine and being able to reconnect with friends and family, and honestly just to have time to myself. I am the head of retail for a coffee company here in LA. My job is basically to create a roadmap for them to open up their first retail location and then more retail locations down the line. The kids aren't here yet. My oldest wanted to finish out the school year, which is totally fair. We've just been finding ways to connect, which has been fun to play video games together and spend time together that way. Cafe owning to a lot of people seems like a dream, and it was my dream for a very long time, but my dreams have changed. I'm just really proud of myself for having the courage to change directions and pivot according to what I wanted in life and what I thought was best for me and my family. Someone once told me, if your girls were in the same position, what would you tell them to do? What advice would you give them? And so when it comes to making these really big decisions where it feels maybe a little selfish even, it's like, what would I tell my girls to do? And I would tell my girls that it's okay to change, it's okay to pivot, and it's okay to have new dreams. And we don't necessarily need to worry about the sunken cost of the time that we've already put into it. If you're ready for a change, then you should make the change.
What's up, everybody? We are back. Everything is fine. We've added light. So we've heard the feedback from Aussie who's like, I want kitty memes and now I need light in the case. I'm just kidding. No, actually, you are the least demanding guy. It's just like I'm turning you into some sort of like.
Yeah. This is
no,
great.
this is awesome. Okay, so what we've got done right now, just taking a look, is we've got all of our front panel connectors in, and it's at this point in time we're actually going to go ahead and put together our AIO. And which is funny because they just spent all this time mounting the light, and it's right where we're going to put the AIO in. So we're going to get rid of the light and go from there. But it is what it is. Let's go through real quick because we have a lot of more people who've joined us. Let's go through and recap what we actually have inside of the system right now. So we've got the Intel Core i9 12900KF. We've got the Asus ROG Maximus Z690 Hero. We've got that Asus RTX 3090, which you're very excited about.
Just
That's
the whole,
Strix.
I mean, the processor, that graphics card, like I've never had the best of the best of both. My old setup at home had the i9 12th gen, but I didn't have the 3090. Now I've got both, and I haven't been on an i9 12th gen for the last couple months, and I've missed it. So it's like, oh.
Well, there you go. Well, then you've got your 1 terabyte Western Digital Black SN850 Gen 4 NVMe SSD.
Yep.
You've got 10 terabytes. We still can't get over just how big that is. 10 terabytes of hard drive space for
I do daily
for
videos.
Windows, all those new pictures from when you move or whatever it was.
Definitely,
Who knows? We'll find something
Steve,
for it.
my dog.
Yeah,
I got
Steve.
a lot of photos
lots
of
of
Steve.
photos of Steve.
Yeah.
What kind of dog is Steve?
Corgi.
Oh,
That's
dude,
what,
that's my. Oh.
That's what all like my channel emotes and stuff are on.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's why. So I wanted a corgi. My kids got my. So I have 3 dogs. I have a Walker Coonhound. We'll get back to this. I have a Walker
This is
Coonhound,
more
a
fun.
Chiweenie, and a pug. But I wanted a corgi. We almost bought one.
Oh,
okay.
no way.
So we've got a 32 gigs of 8 data XPG Lancer, also not a corgi. Hyte Y60 iBuyPower, also not a corgi, but great case.
Yeah.
And then we've got a Deep Cool Castle 360EX. You could put a corgi logo in that. So there's at least something redeeming there.
Put Steve logo on there.
And then we've got Thermaltake Tough Power Grand, 1200 watt platinum power supply with RGB, which is what you need. PC's coming in at just over $4,300.
Cool. Yeah, I was gonna say, for the people in my chat who are asking, you can actually buy this, except for the hard drive will be the only difference, off the iBuyPower website, and it's, you say, $4,300.
Yeah, it's $4,300 bucks pre-tax. That's pre-tax. So if you're in Oregon, that works. $4,300 is good to go. But if you're not, if you're like in one of those places like Washington or wherever we are, that's going for there. But there it is. We're getting a hard drive in it. That's pretty awesome. Like, it's funny that you are a huge fan of Mexican food. I also really dig Mexican food. And then I've wanted a corgi. And then there he is.
He's
beautiful.
He's
so we almost bought one. So, but 4 dogs was a little crazy.
Yeah,
so
I can see that.
We'll wait for.
Again, if you haven't had a corgi, one corgi is pretty crazy. He's high maintenance. He's beautiful, but he's difficult.
Yeah. That's my pug is the same way.
Yeah,
like
I can
so we have
imagine,
Maggie as my pug. She's my dog, and she is
Maggie
literally.
and Steve, okay.
She is. Yeah. I think if we went together, like the world might implode. We may actually have a critical event or something like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start putting the. We're going to start putting together the AIO, which is actually pretty easy. So the cool thing about this is they have made it so you can just take out this little bracket. So you have the small screwdriver. Why don't you use a smaller one?
Yep.
You're going to take out this screw, and this screw, and then this screw, this screw, and this screw.
Okay, cool. Yep.
I'm going to hand them over to me. The system is actually going together because it has not a ton of RGB. The system is actually going together pretty quickly. Yeah,
this is a much more, it's a bit classy, a bit more elegant than my old PC in a good way. I like that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It feels
pretty
intentional.
It's got the RGB and stuff for sure, but it's not going to be the full rainbow puke.
No, this one, if everything goes well, regardless, and even if we may take a break and then come back and do it, it should all just boot up red. Is the way that it should all work. As well,
because that's like kind of like that's the go-to color themes right now. It seems like with just gaming in general, it's either full rainbow or red. Like those are like the two. There's no in between. Like that seems to be like the full color. The full colorways. Whoops.
Oh, it's funny because it's funny. Hopefully
coming out now?
So yeah, we can go and take this. The other thing too is now we also have you and I share the same. Main rig as our case. So I don't know if our producers can pull that from Twitter, but show my Hyte Y60 build that we showed off. And so we'll get some photos of that so you guys can see a full custom water-cooled version of this, but we'll go from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this down on the ground.
Yep, okay.
Okay, and then we're going to grab our parts for this. Okay, so here we go. So there's that. And then what we need is, we need the AIO, which is right here. Okay, there we go. There's that. Okay, so there's our AIO.
I can spot.
This is your AIO.
Yep. So I can put whatever I want on that?
Yes, you can. Yes. Right now, they've added their stuff to it.
Yeah, no, it's still cool. iBuyPower's got a beautiful logo. I just find that a really cool touch.
Okay, so here we go. Here's our screws.
Can I build this?
Yep. You can. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can do that if you want. There you go. There's our screws and our fans. Okay, cool. There we go. We're good there. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to So the way that this goes in, I'm just going to visually do it like this, okay? And then they like to run theirs like this. Okay, so what we're going to do is you're going to stick your thing like this.
Yep.
Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to take your fans,
Yep.
which if that's the front, then this is going to go towards the back. So these are going to go like this.
Oh, look at the iBuyPower logo.
You got the iBuyPower logo on it.
It's a clean logo. Like if,
Yeah.
if I'm going to have someone's logo on my PC, I'm happy it's this one.
And these will be kind of up, which is nice. And so,
Yeah.
so what we're going to do now is we're going to go basically line up. What you do is you kind of line up each one with a screw in the corner.
Yep.
And then we're going to get one here, and I'll hand you some. So just put them in the
Okay.
every corner.
Yep.
Not all four, just the side corners. So take a little bit of practice there. And then that way, once it's lined in and it's in.
I think that's it.
Okay, there we go. I think we got that one in. Maybe. Nope, I didn't.
I don't. Am I? Yeah. Okay. So it's just It's just those ones. There we go. Cool.
Okay, there we go. And there we go, right there.
Oh, so when you say in each corner, am I doing one in these?
Yeah,
corners
you're gonna do one each, like individual corner. Okay, so this is like, are you actually able to get it in?
I think so. Yeah. I think.
Oh no, it's not in. 'Cause
Oh, they're not in.
Look at how much.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Oh, it's supposed to be going all the way through. No.
Yeah, yeah.
So
that-
definitely not.
Okay, so we'll have to do it this way real quick just to get it started.
Okay.
And then, yes, I can, and so we'll get that tweet up here pretty quick, guys, so you can see that. There we go. And then what you're going to do now is just go to each corner,
Yep.
and then just get them. Yeah, so that way you'll find the holes, and then just use a screwdriver to kind of get it started.
Okay. I think I
There you go. We'll zoom in on that real quick.
Am I? Yeah, I think I'm. It doesn't move, but like.
Yeah, you should be able to just get.
Oh,
It should
no.
just be able to get it started. Yeah, So I got it.
It
on
doesn't
2.
go very far,
Yeah,
does
yeah.
it?
I got it on 2 for you.
What is? I think I'm. Yeah. Okay. Wait.
Did you get it?
It doesn't feel like. No, it's
let me see.
not. Why
Here,
am I
let me see.
struggling so much with this?
Here, let me see. Let me give it a go.
There we go. I think. Okay. Wait. No, I got it. Yeah.
Oh, you got it. Okay, cool. Okay.
I feel like it goes in, but then it doesn't tighten.
Yeah, it should. Yeah, so I was able to do it. You might have to loosen it on one side, on my side, but I'll take a look at it here. Let me know if it's in. If it's not, I will take a look at it.
My chat's gonna make fun of me for this one. This should not be hard. I'm trying to like. I don't know what it's
Here, let
supposed
me-
to. I
oh,
don't know
yeah,
for reference what it's supposed to feel like.
Yeah, that's the other part too. Is like sometimes you're like, I don't know if that's in
What's
or
with
not.
the foot-long screwdriver? It's a me-sized screwdriver. Okay.
Yeah, it's like we are like, hey,
on,
he's
Snipe.
pretty tall.
Yeah, we had to
we
get
want
a
to make
me-sized
sure
screwdriver.
that it's in.
And I still can't use it.
Okay, let's get this out. Okay.
This part of a PC build I have never done before.
Yeah, this is all new to him, so it's like there's a little bit of
I'm not
there's a little
blaming
bit
the
of
parts,
learning.
but I'm struggling.
Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna get this started like that. There we go.
Yeah, okay, so they don't have to go in really far. Like, they really only do just, like, go in a
Yeah, they
little
just
bit.
barely go in.
Okay.
And then this one, and then once you kind of get these ones
Yeah, then
in,
easy.
then it's like, there we go. And then we'll do this one.
Cool.
Same thing. Get this popped out. There we go. There we go. And then one more. And then I can have you put in the other screws because
Okay.
these will all be
And then, yeah,
lined up.
sweet.
There you go.
Again, this I can tell. Have you built a PC with either of your kids before?
Yes, both of them have been
Yeah.
on stream and done it all the
That's
way.
cool.
So they've built all the PCs and all that sort of stuff at the same time.
I can tell because you're doing the very good dad thing of like kind of getting it going to the point like, yeah, I get used to it. And now it feels like I'm doing something, but now
you are.
But it's impossible for me to mess up. It's the best kind of thing to have someone do. I feel like I'm doing it, but I also can't get it wrong now. It's like the training wheels. It's fantastic. Oh, never mind. I did get it wrong. There we go.
No, you didn't. Yeah, you're good.
I think I'm seeing people ask about the giveaway codes in chat. I'm not.
Yeah, no. So we are giving the giveaway codes here.
So what was it? Or was it? There was which CPUs were it? There was 2 CPUs, wasn't there?
There was
And some swag packs.
yeah, there's a 12600 and a there was a 12600 and a some swag kits as well.
Ooh. Now I can do these up just a little bit more, right? Like nothing too crazy, but just like till you get the resistance.
Yep.
Cool.
Okay, there we go. I was helping them. There we go. Okay, cool. Okay,
Ooh.
cool. did you heard that
That
too?
one I know. There we go,
Okay,
yeah.
so why don't you tell it? Because I have no idea what that
Yeah,
is.
so this is Gleam. They're going to put it into the Gleam.io
Yeah, they're
link,
gonna put
right?
it- yep, there you go.
So you got to put the code into Gleam.io if you guys want the giveaway. The code is FNCS.
Okay,
Now
so
that-
what is FNCS?
So that is the Fortnite Championship Series.
Oh,
That is,
okay,
That is
I do know what that
basically,
is.
yeah, that is each season. That is the big Fortnite tournament. So the next one for this starts in I think it's like a few weeks away. But that's basically when I start working
So we
full.
should have. It looks like we can get this one a little bit tighter right here, and then that's it. So
Wait, which one?
Yeah, this
Oh,
one
that
right
one?
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Almost had them all.
There you go. Perfect. Now it's in.
Nice.
Okay, so we're in now. Okay, so what we're going to do just to make this a little bit easier is we grab our zip ties, which is always the fun part, and we're going to take these.
So far in the entire building a PC, that's all you needed. It's screwdrivers, zip ties.
Zip ties,
That's
and then
it.
the other it's tools depending on what it is. But yeah, for what we're going to do now,
Cool.
this is kind
It's
of
not too
it.
bad,
And
yeah.
some scissors. We've used some scissors too.
Yeah, okay, it's pretty
Yeah,
good.
but yeah, that's pretty much all there really is to it. And what have you thought of the build? Like now that you've kind of
Yeah.
done this all, like
It's like people say, it's a giant Lego set. You can't really, after seeing how you handle it as well, like I'm still very careful with it, but I'm sure you've got videos and you've got
Yeah.
videos where you watch it. They could watch along with you and kind of have you show each part. If I was going to do this myself, all the parts arrived, that's what I would do. I would go find one of your videos, I would watch that start to finish, and then as I do each part, I would watch you do it and then do it. And then at that point, it's really, it's not as scary as what I thought.
And the other thing too is, truth be told, guys, we have step-by-steps. I mean, again,
Yeah.
even this one, you're watching us do the entire thing.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to build this exact same system, you could totally do that just by watching even this video, because
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all just kind of right here.
If someone were to buy this PC, like I said, it's on iBuyPower, it would come
Oh, yeah,
assembled.
it comes assembled,
Because
yeah,
that is
yeah.
what I want to do. When we're pushing the build PC is awesome, but I'd love to be the one who also kind of dispels the fact that you need to build your own PC.
No,
like there
you do
seems to be
not.
so much shame in like buying a pre-build, or what I used to do when I was back home was actually pick all my parts and then the company I'd buy it for would custom build it. They put it all together for me.
Yep.
It just depends. Like for me, this is cool and it's fun with you, but I would be scared to do it myself, where having it show and it work is what, that kind of alleviates
it.
the pressure for me.
Yeah, and I understand that.
But
Okay,
this is fun. I like the fact that I'm going to be able to look at this and know that I did somewhat build it.
And I'd rather have people get to enjoy video
Yeah.
game building. I mean, sorry,
True.
video game playing,
Yeah.
than and not let something like this
Yeah.
get in their way,
Of course.
necessarily. But yes, and there is no reason why people can't enjoy
Yeah.
doing it this way. Okay, so what we're gonna do now. Okay, so we got our fans and stuff done.
Beautiful cable
Okay,
management,
so we got
nice.
so we're gonna get that done. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna have you grab the case real quick. There you go, and go and swing it up.
Yep. Which way am I putting it?
Just put it up towards, so it's facing towards us.
And laying
Yeah.
down like this way?
Yeah, just no, up top, up top. So,
Oh, okay, yeah.
so what we're gonna
Oh,
do
'cause we're putting
now?
the cooler, obviously.
Yeah, we're gonna put the cooler in.
Yep.
And hopefully I visualize this right. So this should just set right in there, and then this is gonna go into here. Does that make sense? So these are
yep.
gonna go into here.
So I'll feed those through there.
Yep. Just to
Same
the
way.
yeah, as I kind of set it down.
Yep.
And feed all three of those in there.
Yep.
There you go.
And then last one, yep.
And we're just gonna set this, and it should.
Just
I
slot
did it
in.
right.
Oh, cool.
Oh my gosh, I nailed it.
Let's go.
I just visually did that, and then what I'm gonna have you do.
I supervised.
You did. You did more than you put the screws in. Go ahead and put those screws into those holes real quick.
Yep. I can
Okay,
do that.
cool.
I believe it's all of these ones, isn't it? Yeah, okay. There we go. And yes, for those people who just tuned in as well, as far as what's going on with me, so after this, once we get through putting all the parts together, I am going to go place them forward on another rig over here.
Oh, no, sorry.
Whoops,
Go
those
and
ones?
take it. No, not those ones. My bad. These holes. Remember where we
Oh.
took them out? All good. But
Wait, what are
actually,
those?
So I'll tell you this. This is something that's unique to this case. Most of the time when you mount the radiator,
Yeah.
you mount it directly to the case using these holes.
Yeah,
But
'cause
because
I'm
of
not-
how we did it, it goes in, the
Yeah.
bracket went in between. We don't have to use those
Gotcha.
holes.
Because then
and so
the
you're
case
just
is
putting-
gonna
Now,
hold it.
luckily,
Yeah,
it doesn't,
okay, gotcha.
like you doing that didn't do anything. Like
Yeah,
all
okay.
they're just mount holes.
Okay.
So all you did
I'm
was
just
just put
screwing-
screws.
I'm just putting
You're
a
just
screw
putting
into
you're just
hole.
putting screws into mount holes. It really
go.
wasn't a big deal. But it
good
was
to
just like
know.
one of those things that like that's one of the things I really enjoy about this case is like I said, it's like this is an AIO shaped hole. You put
Yep.
the AIO in it, it's really straightforward, you know?
And then these ones now.
Yep.
Only an idiot would put it in the wrong hole.
No,
what he's
that
saying.
is not. Don't say that.
kidding.
I mean, again, you are making. That's one of. So when we first talked about making this show for Mod Workshops and like why we like doing this, is the thing is these are mistakes or these are things that everybody does
Yeah.
that people get to see, right? And
Yeah.
you know.
my chats used to watch me make plenty of mistakes. That's why I embrace it. It's fine. I don't think anyone tuned in today expected me to flawlessly build a PC. I can tell you that much.
Yeah.
Cool?
But in the end, like, so you have when we look at what you've done and accomplished,
Still,
you
wow.
put the motherboard together completely.
Yep.
All I did was put one RAM click in just to show you, see if we get a little bit more of a significant RAM. But you did it the way that people more than likely will.
Yeah.
And then you've
Slow
got
and steady.
you hooked up almost all the connectors, right? And you've mounted the AIO.
Yeah.
I will say this. The fans on that were tricky because the screws were too short.
Okay,
And then they were
gotcha.
just slightly, and so it's like if you weren't perfect, then it wasn't going to go in the right
Gotcha.
way. And most of the time when you do this, because it doesn't have the bracket, those are plenty long. So you just,
Yeah,
literally
okay.
you were throwing a curveball there, and
Gotcha.
you handled it
See,
like
it
a
wasn't
champ.
my
Let me
fault.
just say
Yes,
it. You
let's
handled
go.
it like
There
a
we
champ.
go. Sweet.
Okay,
Cool.
so
Well done.
now let's get the AIO mounted. Look at this.
It's
Do the
beautiful.
top down of this.
See-
This looks so good.
I'm still so like on the GPU mounting part. I'm gonna wait to see that. I'm still so confused on.
So
like,
it's going to sit like this. It'll be up
Yeah.
front. And so the
gonna
GPU
be
will go on the
nice.
bottom, and then you'll be able to create this great view.
because I'm looking at the motherboard. Like you kept telling me it's vertically mounted. And I'm like, how?
No,
okay,
it's
goes
going
in
to
that
sit
way.
like this, and it's going to sit across. So it's like a fish tank, and like your GPU is the main fish.
Yeah, okay. Does that help at all, like with like the GPU sagging or anything, or is it just
Oh,
purely
it won't
visual?
sag it. It won't sag it all.
Yeah, perfect,
because you're
'cause,
going to be set. And then the
Yeah.
other thing too is because of the fans at the bottom we hooked up at that are
Oh,
down
so it's
there.
gonna cool
gonna
straight
cool
into-
it.
Yeah, okay, I'm
cold air
following,
right
following.
into it, which is actually
Beautiful.
super nice.
Yep.
Now we're going to put together your little bit of your bracket here.
Cool.
So this one's a little tricky. I'll just be transparent with you
Yep.
here. So what we got to do first, we got to see where the logo is, and this is the hard part. See if I can get this off.
Does it show you? I was going to say, does it show you when it's not on?
Okay.
Oh, okay. That's how you see it.
Okay, so this is the logo. And we got to be really careful because we don't want to get the thermal paste here. Okay, so what I'm going to do
I've
is
seen the thermal
I'm gonna,
paste.
yeah. So I'm going to have you do that, and this is going to go. If
Okay.
I'm not mistaken. Just like, oop, no, I guess it goes this way. Sorry, like this. And then what I'm going to have you do is put the screws right in there. And then, yeah, that one should be magnetic, so hopefully, there you go.
Teamwork. There we go. I mean, as long as you're holding, we should be fine.
Yep.
Cool.
And then just be extra cautious around the thermal paste. You see, I got a little bit of, yeah, so I was saying.
I didn't even realize I was there. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's okay.
Whoops.
Luckily, you got it in a great spot, and it'll still spread. So you
Okay.
just barely touched
So
it.
just don't. Okay,
Just
I
don't-
didn't realize there was anything.
No,
else
no, no,
on
no.
there. Okay.
And that's my bad. I was trying to like,
You're fine.
so yeah. And then
So this comes with thermal paste
thermal paste pre-applied.
Okay. 'cause
Yeah,
I've
and
only ever
luckily,
seen, yeah.
the one thing I really like about this, and we'll show this here, is the one thing I really like about this one is it's a really big square, and for 12th gen Intel, that means it'll cover the entire IHS,
Yeah,
which
okay.
is really, really nice.
Cool.
So-
Okay, gotcha.
Oh, hold on. Let me actually add this here.
Oh yeah, whoops, yeah.
No,
I'm
that was
sorry.
my bad. Yeah.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, because I've only ever seen, because that was the part that I was waiting for. When we put the CPU in, I was like, where's the thermal paste? Because that's the
Yeah.
part I've seen that seems to draw the most amount of controversy
Oh,
within
I
the
know.
PC building scene. It's like, oh, how much is too much? How much is too little? Like what
So
weight
when-
should you apply? And obviously, having seen the video I've seen, I know you can be made quite fun of your thermal paste
Yes.
application. So I was worried about that.
So the one thing about this one, and one of the things that I do, and for my audience, is I will evenly, if it's not pre-applied, I will evenly apply it
Okay.
to the, so it'll be an even application.
Okay.
Versus, which is kind of like what you have here with this,
Yeah, no, it's
with
nice.
this particular brand here. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hold this down and put this over the holes, and then you're going to use your
Yep,
screwdriver.
this is the big one.
Yeah, this is us putting the screws in here. Okay. Okay, go ahead and start screwing it in. Hopefully the bracket stays. Okay, and then once that one starts, go ahead and go to this other side now.
Yeah, I think that's going in.
Yeah, go
I
ahead
think.
and
I don't know. Is it there? I don't think it's.
I don't know, maybe it's not. Okay.
It was. Yeah. Wait.
No, that one's in. Okay.
Sounds
That
biting.
one's, okay, that one's biting. Let's see if this other one, if you can get this other one in.
It's weird because like.
Okay, hold on one sec. This is where we got to do the weird. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Okay, now go ahead and give it a screw in.
It's just off center on this top one.
Okay.
Go. Keep going like up towards.
There you
Go
go.
that direction. No, it's not in yet. It's so close. There we go.
In.
Oh, wait, is it? It's like. Cause I have to push it down.
Yeah, you got to push. There you go. Okay, you're in. Now you can do start
Oh.
over here.
Again, you got to be a little bit. Less
Yeah, you got to be a
gentle.
little rough with it.
Yeah, you gotta like push it in to get it to like bite.
Yeah. Okay. I
Cool.
think that one's in, and then that one is the last one. And then
This one I
afterwards, what
can
we'll do is
see.
start rotating. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that
now
one's in. Cool.
start to the other side, and now you're just going to keep going in a star pattern until it stops. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Now you can go ahead and tighten that all the way.
Oh, so now you go all the way.
Yep. There you
go.
go. And then tighten that one all the
Cool.
way.
Whoop. Is that?
I think it's fine as long as it stops.
Yeah, it's going in. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, any snapping, unexpected noise
Yeah,
or movement is
it's-
definitely not something that I'm.
It's fine. I mean,
There
like
we
in this
go.
case, like as long as it like it won't it. There you go. You're now. I mean, like now it's
We're chilling.
yeah.
Cool.
Okay, that is all the way in. Solid. Okay, now
Nice.
what we can do is we can put this back on. There we go.
Cool.
Okay, and you're done. That's
Woo.
like at this point in time now it's just about me
Let's
hooking
go.
things up. So
Sweet.
we got the AIO mounted, everything is done. Did we did we end up finding those did you get that, Koji? Sorry. I don't know if he did.
build?
Yeah, so we're going to show here. Okay, we'll give you guys 2 minutes. So what we'll do is we'll come back. We're going to take a quick break, get everything prepped for you to play,
Yep.
and then we'll show you guys a full custom water-cooled Hyte Y60, and then go from there. Anyway, guys, short break. We will be back, and it's time to play some games.
I'll be playing Fortnite when they come back.
Oh,
Let's
dude,
go.
I'm so stoked.
See you guys. See you soon.
What is up, guys? We are back. We currently have Aussie over there getting set up with his gaming right now, and so what we're doing is just getting all that set up. So in the short term, though, what we're doing is we're currently showing you guys his PC, which is actually by the time you guys come back, what's going to kind of happen is we're going to tell you guys are going to watch me build at the same time. We're going to also have Aussie over there playing Fortnite, so you'll get to see both experiences at the same time. When we are done, we'll have a fully completed PC all set up, ready to go, and then from which he'll be able to take and like I said, he's going to get it set up, and it will be something that he'll have on stream later on. But given his current fluid moving situation, it'll be something a little bit later. But we did talk a little bit about the fact that we actually share the same core case. So this is actually, you guys are about to see a image of my PC, also built in the Hyte Y60. This Y60 was for the Aorus. This was part of our Aorus Spotlight one that we did with them, fully custom water-cooled using EK water block and using the new Lee & Streamer PCs stuff from there. So this was the situation, right? So again, we're using the exact same case, which I think was pretty funny. Is just the more I've got to know Aussie, the more that we've kind of had some similarities there, which is actually pretty cool. So this is the same thing, and just there it is right there with his system as well. And we are going to hope to make it look as nice as mine, and make sure that he also gets all of the pretty and RGB as well. So hey, Aussie, are you over there ready to game?
I am ready to game. Can you guys hear me?
Snap! Oh, here we go. So you get to see this man. Yeah, it's been about me, Aussie, and now it's about you.
Yep.
I've been showing you what I can do. I'm excited to see what you can do. And I'm hoping you get to talk a little bit about that joystick thing, because that's going to be super rad, too.
I will. I'll explain it. My viewers are definitely used to seeing it, but, you know, I'm going to guess that maybe your viewers are other people here, the Intel, maybe not too aware. Hello, guys. This is actually so cool. Sorry, I'm looking at this on my phone. This is awesome. So, yeah. What's up, guys? So, as you can see, while Robey's finishing up the build, I'm still going to be playing some games over here, chilling out, answering your questions. Wait, No, Intel with the 20 gifted. Thank you so much. So
what?
I know Intel going crazy with the 20 gifted. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. If you guys will get the sub by Intel, please give a big thank you, guys. Also, if I missed your sub today, anything like that, I do apologize. Obviously, we're doing something different. It's very, very cool, but that means I can't obviously be full shouting at it. Thank you, David, with the 5 as well. All right, we're gonna jump in. We're gonna play some games because this is the new Fortnite update, and I haven't had a chance to play it yet today as well.
Oh, you haven't? So you haven't got it? No,
It came out. Fortnite loves doing these big updates, Robey, right as I travel. It's like they wait until I'm gone, and then they're like, "Now's when we release the big thing." Like last night was such a massive update, and it happened while I was on the plane this morning. Like a little bit happened last night, and then I went on the plane, and then everything happened. I got off the plane and was like, "What? Hey, we got a few people. No way." Imagine getting to say you got gifted a sub by Intel. That's sick.
That is actually pretty cool.
That is big flex. That is a big flex.
That is a big flex. It's like not only, hopefully at that point in time they keep a sub train going for you, because you're like, oh no, it all started with Intel when I got my sub. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, well, Chad's gassing up as well. We got a little cheeky hype train going. Thank you, guys.
It is right there, man. It's all you got the hype going. So I'm stoked about this. So what are you most excited about with this new season?
What I'm most excited about with the new season of Fortnite, it's the most fun I've had playing the game casually in a while, which is weird for me. Normally, obviously, following competitive always being my thing. Like, it's, you know, when I do play the game, it's still, even though I'm not as good as some of these guys, it's always been me targeting the competitive side of things. Where now, I've actually enjoyed playing the game casually a lot this season, because right now, there's no major tournaments till they come back. So that's what I probably enjoyed the most right now.
Oh, that's super cool. And so, with this big update that you're getting ready to do, what's the big thing with this update?
The big thing is the new, is it grapple gloves, Chad? Grapple gloves, I think. So they removed Rift to Goes in competitive, which is an item I wasn't the biggest fan of, which was exciting. But they've added a new item, which is, they had the Spider-Man Mythic for a while. I know you've played Fortnite a little bit, Robey. I don't know if you played it when they had it in. It was crazy cool, like zipping around the map, doing all that cool stuff. They have now since taken that, that was out of the game for a while, and now it's being added back, where it's not the Spider-Man gauntlets. It's very similar, though. I'm going to guess that's like a sponsor contractual thing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
But it's still really cool. So this is going to be my first time using this new item, and I made a tweet this morning about where they spawn, so I'm going to check quickly where they spawn before I drop on them.
So by the way, we have code number 5, which is Rift to Go. Do you any idea what that means? Because I do not.
No. Well, that's the item that they just removed from competitive that I wasn't the biggest fan of. So that's a nice little touch there. I like that. That's a cool little touch. There we go. The Rift to Go. Wait. There's a spawn right near my plant. Okay, never mind. So when did you last play Fortnite? Robey, when's the
So
last?
last time I played Fortnite was back when the Infinity Gauntlet came out, right? With
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a
Cool.
long time ago.
While
and then
ago.
I watched the tournament where the gravity broke and like
Yep.
and so
Fall
that was like
skirmish,
the
I think that was. Yep.
Yep, that was the last time I actually played was back then. I
Jeez,
almost jumped
okay.
back in when they added like the no build mode. But to be honest, man, like when I got into this as a full-time content gig, it's like been all about building. So we just added gaming back in.
Gotcha.
And it just launched this month.
Hey,
so it's
I mean, no builds. I was about to say, we can jump in and grab some games soon, but maybe we'll do no builds. If you haven't played since the Infinity Gauntlet, I feel like maybe no builds will be the way.
Yeah,
I think
there we
playing
go.
builds, we'll see.
Well, we already have some ideas for some great content coming up
Oh,
already.
yeah, we do.
So it's gonna be a lot of fun. So yeah, maybe we'll do some gaming together too, because
Yeah,
we got to do some crossovers there, for sure.
Okay. Let's see how we go. I'm on the Intel stream now as well. The pressure's on. I've got to perform here. I've got to go crazy.
Oh
What a
my
start,
gosh.
too.
Hopefully,
Okay.
so like it's funny. There was one other person who we had, Box who went on and he was doing team fight tactics.
Okay.
And he said the same thing. And then he did not have the best stream. He was
Oh,
like
really?
so frustrated.
Oh, no.
And it
Nah,
was
I got this.
Yeah,
No,
so
no,
you
no.
got this. So I almost want to tell people, no pressure. Everybody's it's about having fun.
I mean, I'm
is
on a
that?
pretty nice little setup. What's this? So this is one of the new additions with the new season. It's the reality saplings. You basically are playing Animal Crossing You like have a plant, and if you take care of the plant, it gives you loot. I know it's Fortnite. What do you expect? It's always a little bit crazy. Oh, that's the new gauntlet. That's the guy using it. Okay, I need to take that. That's what I need. Apparently they spawn somewhere near here. I think. Okay.
He's already got him.
Yeah, I got to steal it from him now as well. Apparently, I think it's up here. Maybe. Chat, is it up here? Oh, for those of you guys talking about the codes and trying to put them in the chat, you've got to go to gleam.io and redeem the code there, where Merits is telling you, people in my chat, sorry.
Oh, I love it. Thank you for letting people know where to go.
Of course.
That's always one of those things, like at the very beginning when people do it, they're always like, oh, man.
They just spam it in
Yeah.
chat.
And you're like, it's because, I mean, they're so used to it,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's a Twitch thing.
Yeah, and they want to win. They want to win free CPUs. I mean, it's not a small prize. I'd be getting excited for it too.
It's like that all my YouTubers are like, what is that noobness? And all the Twitch people are like, that's just how we enter.
That's how we do it. That's how we do it here.
Yeah. Don't be that way.
All right. Well, one down.
Okay, did you get it?
Yeah. Oh, I haven't got the item yet, but I've just taken down the first opponent. Don't worry, I can very much talk and play. You're fine. I don't need to focus on when I'm playing. You can go ahead. You go crazy.
Oh, you act like I can talk and build. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah, sure. I was about to say, I'm acting like you're doing nothing over there. I'm acting like you're not trying to build my beautiful. Maybe I should want you to focus. You're right. Maybe I shouldn't distract you too much.
No, you're fine. This is like, the good thing is that when you have two people who, like, we do our thing and this is what we do, right? Like, it's all like, it is what it is, right?
For sure. I mean, you said, what have you built, like over 1,000, you said? I feel like
Yeah.
I've probably played, I don't even want to know how many games of Fortnite I've
Oh, I
played.
can't
Let's not
even
even go there.
imagine.
Let's not even go there.
Because you've been playing for so long.
Oh, there it is. I got it. Okay, cool. All right, yeah, since Chapter 1, Season 2. Okay, here we go. We got the new item. Let's go. There we go, chat. I get to try it out. Oh, so it's so much slower. Do you take fall damage? You don't take fall damage. Okay. Oh, no, I've got no builds. Okay, I got to try and hit it. Got to try and hit him off this. Here we go.
I'm gonna have to talk to my friend Dave Jones, who actually works with I don't know if maybe you know him. He used to do a lot of the stuff with the esports for Fortnite.
Wait, what's his name? Sorry.
Dave Jones.
I'm not sure.
But he did a bunch of stuff for. I mean, like last time I saw him, dude, is back when you guys did that. It was E3. And you guys did that stuff at the Sun, like iJustine was, like I helped practice with that. I don't know if you were, do you remember that way back? It's like in the middle of a football stadium.
Oh, 100%. No, I remember all the OG stuff. Trust me, my audience is very across all the OG Fortnite stuff.
So I was actually at that event with iJustine, and I was there before it. And I was helping test all that stuff for you guys, and was on stage and played there.
Oh, cool!
Which was actually pretty. Wow, dude, you were 48th.
I went down to the third party, man. I had no build, and I was chasing this kid across the map. The new Gauntlet. Chat. Okay, it's not as good as a Spider-Man one, but that's okay. I mean, it's more balanced at least. It'll be better in competitive, I guess. But man, this thing is it's not as good as a Spider-Man one, huh?
Well, are you kind of bummed about that, you think?
I mean, I'm not super bummed about it, because so basically I'm bummed that in pubs, like when I'm playing now for a bit of fun, it's not as fast-paced, but in competitive it'll be far better. And that's ultimately what I care about at the end of the day. Competitive is where it's at, yeah.
Okay. So speaking of that, I mean, I know some of these questions we're going to come up and start asking, because I know one of the things is, but one of the things that people asked, which I thought was a really great question when I was looking at your Twitter and you said, hey, what are some of the questions?
Yeah.
Somebody asked, how did you get into this whole thing? Like, what was your journey to get into content creation.
Yeah, so I mean, the short, like the kind of ties to like why do you want to do it? So I've been watching Twitch TV since like the start, like so like the
When it was
original
Justin TV.
Justin TV, and then into Twitch TV is when I did it. And Twitch TV when it was the TSM original roster of League of Legends. I thought that like whole house was the coolest thing, and that was like my first massive introduction to content. But for me, I'd wanted to do it for the longest time, but I didn't have the internet was my biggest limiting factor. So when I lived in Australia, Australian internet is notoriously pretty terrible. Where I lived with my parents, I had 2 megabits down and half a megabit up. That was my internet. So streaming obviously on that is just not even slightly an option. But I was fortunate enough with my other job, I was a personal trainer, where I spent about $6,000 to $8,000 on different satellites to have a satellite internet connection, which only got me 9 down and 4 up. Which is
that's still pretty bad.
Still terrible. Still only like streaming in 2,500 bit rate, which is almost unwatchable, but it was enough for me to go live and someone would tune in and say hello. And that's how I started. But it also spawned the memes of the beginning of my streams where if it was a hot day, my internet would overheat. So I would have it sitting in a cooler box on my balcony and I would have a timer on stream, would have to rotate ice packs to stop it from overheating. So how I got into it was not your conventional way of getting into it. It wasn't because I just could and like, oh, like it's there, I might as well try. It was because I wanted to so badly. Not because I wanted to turn it into a career. I never thought it'd be a job, but I just really liked the idea of playing games and talking to people while I did it. So I just wanted to make anything happen. Yes, Telstra, please. One of my viewers knows. So Telstra was my old internet service provider. My first ever emote was Telstra, please, because when my internet would start going crazy, I would just like scream it because it was just so frustrating. But yes, that was that's my origins.
That is a really cool. I mean, that's like you had the passion for it and you worked to make it happen.
Yeah, I just wanted to do it so bad. And then eventually, like the internet got a little bit better, but it wasn't until my friend, shout out Kevin, back in Australia, he let me. I rented his garage. I would stream out of his garage because he had a fiber connection, and that was when I realized the power of like, wow, an actual internet connection makes it so much easier. And then that's when when I moved, I got like an actual fiber connection. But yeah, until then, I had only went full time as I got my own house with an actual fiber connection. Previous to that, I was streaming out of a garage in my friend's house that I rented each month.
That is insane.
Yeah.
And now it's like, so tell me like, and that was how long ago? Just out of...
So I went full time in January of 2022.
Okay.
Sorry, 2020. Sorry, January of 2020 is now 2022. So yeah, I've been full time for a little over 2 years now.
Okay. Okay. So 2 years, and then what's been like some of your favorite moments as a streamer?
Oh, a lot of my favorite moments as a streamer are quite often tied to esports tournaments that I've been involved with. So like one of my first ever tournaments was the Australian Open, which is obviously a tennis tournament, but it had a really big $500,000 Fortnite event. It was my first ever event casting. It was like so cool because like I wanted to be a caster for a long time. I was like casting on my own channel. And then when the Australian Open got announced, the OC Fortnite community started like a hashtag on all of tennis Australia's tweets of AA for AIO, and it was like Aussie Antics for Australian Open. And then they invited me on the cast, and I was lucky enough to cast the final game. And in the final game, I got to cast my good friend Brezzo actually win the entire tournament. It was really cool. So he won the last game to win the whole tournament. I got to cast it. It was just such a big moment. And that's the one that always sticks out the most. And people ask me, like, what's my favorite moment so far? But that's more in content in general, not just streaming.
Right.
But as far as me streaming, I don't really know. I think, honestly, one of the standout ones to me is when I first introduced Steve to the stream. Because Steve, I've wanted a corgi since I was 10 years old. And I told my chat, as soon as I moved out, I'm going to buy a corgi. And I moved into my house, and that was right as COVID hit, and I couldn't afford to get Steve. And my chat was like, do a donation goal. And I was like, nah, guys, like I don't need a dog. Like it's not a necessity. Like you're not paying.
Awesome,
but they were like, no, do a donation goal. If people like, just make it clear that it's for the dog. And if people don't want to donate, they won't. Within a week, my chat had raised $4,000 for me to buy Steve. And at that point, I was so touched that I was like, you know what? Like I've got to get him. So that was definitely one of the more touching moments that like stands out to me from streaming history.
That is such a cool story, right?
And that's why we have Steve. And that's why I made him all the emotes. That's why like Steve has become such a big integral part of the stream, was from that, because basically I have him because of chat. And obviously I was fortunate enough where at that similar time my stream exploded. It was around that same time. But up until then, yeah, it was very much at that point it was only because of chat.
That is so cool. Yeah, I mean that's like a memory.
For sure.
I mean, like a lot of ways, like just Steve getting to be a part of even your whole thing.
Oh, now I'm at the office at the moment because of my internet, but don't worry, when I move, I'll be back home, and that's when Steve will become a regular appearance. Chat's is definitely missing Steve. I'm missing him on the streams as well. But yeah, that's why I've always tried to include Steve as much as possible because, you know, I'm not going to say he's their dog as well, but kind of is, you know? Like,
yeah, no, that makes sense,
Yeah.
right? Like there was a lot of people.
Yeah.
Have you had a lot of chance to meet people within your community?
So DreamHack Dallas a couple weeks ago was like, or not even a couple weeks ago, was the first real like. So when I went to the Australian Open in 2019, like my career was at a very different spot. So like I had some people come up and like say, hey, but nothing like DreamHack Dallas. DreamHack Dallas was crazy. I would have taken at least 100+ photos, and it was so nice meeting everyone. It was so cool. And now I've got Sweden. I fly out in a couple days for Sweden, where I get to meet a lot of my EU fans. It's been awesome. But being where I came from in Australia, I was about 2 hours inland of Sydney in the mountains. So I wasn't in like the go-to popular area. So going around about town, I didn't really run into that many people. So it's
Right.
definitely only until events I've really got to meet everyone. But it's been so nice.
That's cool. And then
Yeah.
so, what's your schedule look like coming up for because I mean you talk
Yeah.
about it, you got a pretty busy schedule
Yeah,
already,
I do,
right?
Yeah. So I fly home from LA tomorrow. So I'll get back tomorrow morning. I'll then have the rest of the day off to chill, and then the next day, which is the 16th, I fly to Sweden. I get to Sweden on the 17th, and then I'm live the 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st, streaming the DreamHack Sweden tournament from DreamHack. It's gonna be awesome. Like I'm actually gonna be there. They've set me up with a whole like setup. I'm gonna have like spectator clients so I can watch the tournament, like cover it, get pros to come chill with me. It's gonna be really fun. Like I'm actually so excited.
That sounds super cool.
Yeah.
Now you are married?
Yes.
And so does your wife get to go with you to Sweden? or?
So Annie's come to a lot of the events. She came to LA with me recently, but her parents are currently visiting from Australia, obviously. So she's spending time with them. So it was perfect. She gets to go and see parts of Canada and hang out with them and have fun. And then I'll be going to Sweden. But yes, no, normally I bring Annie to everything.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And so she's had a chance. You were talking to me even before. That's been one of the things that you've really enjoyed about this particular career choice.
Yeah.
Is just your opportunity to get to see so much of the
Yeah.
world, right? Have you ever been to Sweden?
No, never. This is my first time going to Europe. This one is going to be mostly like the convention, and then like I'm not going to be able to travel as much as what I like, but like I've seen so many cool places now. This is like I've been to LA a few times now. I'm doing like obviously Dallas and stuff, but yeah, it's been pretty special. And then I'm going to go and see Europe properly because Europe's pretty far for Australians.
Yep.
So I don't normally when you go and do it, you want to go like do it properly and spend a bunch of time there. So I haven't got to do it before. I'm really, really excited though.
Sweden, the one thing I will say, believe it or not, Swedish meatballs are worth eating in Sweden.
Oh, really? Okay.
Okay, so like that was the one thing. So I went there for, what did I go there for? Oh, we were there for a Halo Infinite like focus group. And so I finally got, so I had like a day, and we ended up finding Swedish meatballs, and they have like gourmet
Oh.
Swedish meatballs
Cool.
with the cranberry sauce, and they were incredible.
Wait, what with cranberries? Okay, this
like
might
a-
be something I have to experience.
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Yeah, so it's like if you do get a chance, just go give the Swedish meatballs a go.
Uh-huh.
Right? I don't think you'll be disappointed. I know it's like one of those things that's like used to be a joke, like in maybe not so much in Australia.
Oh
but
no, we have IKEA. Don't worry, I've definitely we have Swedish meatballs.
no, it was like one of those things you'd have them in school. They'd be a school menu
no,
item, and
okay.
people would be like, "What? You like Swedish meatballs?" But
Wait,
I've always liked
really?
Swedish
Okay.
meatballs, and then I had them in Sweden. I had them in Sweden, and they were awesome. So it's
Okay,
maybe
all right, I
worth
might give it a go.
I'd
I
love
mean-
to DM me and let me know what you think. When
No,
you
I
try.
will do because Dallas. I had to do Southern barbecue, and that was pretty crazy. Strong, beautiful. Wouldn't want to do it every night, but it was really nice. So yeah, I'm definitely when I'm there, even if I can't see as many of the sites, I'm trying to get in the flavors of the place I visit. You know.
So we have a guy who's watching. His name's Zeiston. I went to have dinner with him. He's one of my tech specialists.
Oh,
so you were
cool.
talking about seeing your audience. I actually got to go to his house, and he made Texas
cool.
Well, it wasn't he doesn't call it Texas barbecue, but I had
Okay.
it in Texas. But
Okay,
I
his
was
barbecue
like,
in
his
Texas,
barbecue
so
in
yeah.
Texas,
Okay,
and
gotcha.
it was super dang good. And
okay.
But next time when you go, you got to go to Chewy's because you and I are huge Mexican fans.
Yeah,
and so
yeah.
Chewy's is the place to get one of the best places to get Tex-Mex or Mexican in Texas.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'll remember that then.
Okay, so what do you think of the new patch so far, or the new content so far?
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing my same old thing as well. Like I'm not going as aggressive as I normally would, like making it a bit more chill so I don't die as much. But yeah, it seems pretty cool. I mean, it'll be interesting. Chat, what do you guys think? Because obviously they played it more than me as well. My assessment is fair. The fact that this is not as strong as the Spider-Man gauntlet, right? I think I have to do it 3 times to go fast. You guys said. Okay, 3 times gives you a speed boost. You can't shoot while you're in the air as well. So I mean, oh. Wait, I had to reload. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, I don't know. Chat, what do we think? See, the problem is, this is the problem that I always have in my chat. I play the game casually right now in pubs, but my main focus is still competitive. I'm happy it's not too strong for competitive.
Right.
But for me personally, playing in pubs, I'm probably not going to be picking this up too much. We'll see. The fact that you can't shoot until you land is a very big nerf that I wasn't aware of.
So I mean, like when you're saying, like, for those people who don't know, when you say pubs, you mean public like a public lobby.
Yeah, public. Obviously, you know, it's every game. Most games are Fortnite are public. Like anyone can, you know, you verse real people. But when I say pubs, I mean the more casual elements. So like this is just solo. It's not arena. It's not a tournament. It's not competitive anyway. It's just casual.
Got it. Okay.
So when I say pubs, I probably should say more casual.
Okay. So you're playing in a more casual way right now.
Yeah, right now. Yeah, I mean that's how I'm enjoying the game more right now as well. I haven't. Normally, because normally I play a lot of the arena game mode, which is like the competitive game mode. But right now, oh my gosh, I killed Tfue! It's not actually Tfue, it's fine, don't worry, no one freak out. Yeah, so I mean, this is cool though. I usually like to play it out a little bit more before I give like my full assessment on it. But yeah, chat seems to be agreeing with me. Seems to be like it'll be better for competitive like this, but not as fun for pubs. But you know, we'll see. We'll see.
So could you play the Spider-Man stuff in pub? I mean, in competitive?
Yeah. So like back in Chapter 3, Season 1, when the Spider-Man Mythic was in the game and it was insanely strong, it was that kind of thing where people who used it loved it, people who didn't use it hated it because they said it was like too strong and it was too easy. Like it was just carrying players who didn't deserve it to end game. But if you haven't seen the Fortnite scene, that's basically how Fortnite competitive works.
Right.
If something comes out, there'll always be someone who hates it. It's just, it's just how it is.
That's just how it
That's
works.
how it is. Yeah, I mean, you said you've worked in games before. I'm sure you've kind of experienced that before.
Yeah, we can't make it's impossible for us to make everybody happy.
Exactly.
It's just not a just not a realistic expectation in general. So, and that's just how it is.
How's the PC looking? We're not pretty light phase yet, I'm guessing, are we?
Oh no, at this point in time, I am just about making the cable management look nice. That's what I'm working on right now.
So I've been promised that this PC is going to look as pretty from the back as the front, chat, and I'm not skeptical because I know Robey's a fantastic PC builder, but my PCs in the past have looked fantastic from the front. From the people who, unless you delve deeper behind it, I've never seen beautiful cable managing behind a PC. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, and it's like I think it's more. I might have set expectations way too high, but the point is that it's just we'll have to see
so
how
far. I'm pretty impressed so far from seeing what we've got going on behind the closed doors.
It's just about getting things clean and making them look nice, and so that's what we do here. And then from there, it ends up looking pretty. It ends up looking pretty good. We'll see how it goes. It's like the same thing. It's like I don't want to. I always like to, you know, it's nice to have a little bit of pressure, but we'll see how it ends up when it's all done. The one thing that's hard about some of these taller cases is it's all about kind of stacking your cables instead of like hiding them. So because it's you get volume in a different way.
Yeah.
So, but it still should. I mean, like it's starting to come together. It looks good what I'm seeing so far.
Let's go.
But this is the high cognitive load part of my stuff. This is the part in chat where I talk the least.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, that's a perfect segue for me as well, because I did want to mention, because my chat's I've talked about this a little bit, guys. You guys have probably known as well. I am very proud to announce with today's stream officially that I have joined the Intel Gaming Alliance. I mean, I talked about this a bit on stream. You guys heard when I went to LA and I did the shoot with Dr. Lupo and Jordan Fisher. Similar thing. You guys probably have seen maybe Nick A30 doing some content on it in the Fortnite scene. It is just pretty much bringing a whole bunch of content creators from around the world, being the Intel Gaming Alliance. Again, I'm going to be the Australian representative, so let's go, baby. There's obviously a whole bunch of creators. I just named Lupo, Jordan Fisher, I think Nick A30, I think Sacriel, I believe, as well. Two Angry Gamers, I think, are all part of it. Like, it's pretty damn cool. So I did want to officially announce on stream that I am now joining that and a part of it. So I appreciate that you guys being a part of it. That's why I'm doing so much cool Intel stuff. And I'm wearing the OG Intel Gamers Day merch. So I've been working with Intel for like 2 years now. So this is super cool. The fact that I've got to, you know, come to another continent and still keep that relationship going with a company I love is awesome. So I did want to just quickly shout that out, and I thought it was perfect if you need to be...
So what is the Intel, I mean, like, what is that specifically? Do you know a whole lot about it?
Yeah, so I mean...
I guess you do, because you're part of it. But
yeah, so I'm part of it. So I mean, like I said, getting a whole bunch of content creators from around the world with similar interests, you know, similar loves for the games they play, and making content and doing some cool stuff with Intel, and kind of like, you know, showing off Intel's beautiful products and what they mean to us, but like still, I don't know, in a more fun and organic way is kind of what it means to me too. Like all the shoots and the content, I mean, like this right now, like I'm getting a beautiful new PC built for me while I talk to you about it while I play the new update of Fortnite at the studios. Like this is just super cool. Like this is what it means to me anyway, and I'm sure it means something similar to Intel, but yeah, it's been very cool.
Cool. And so you guys have some good stuff, obviously, probably coming up as part of that as well.
Oh yeah, I mean we've got some cool stuff coming up as well. Like I don't know how much I can share right now. My chat is used to me communicating everything very openly, but so far we've already done the cool shoot, which I have been open about that. So I got to go do a shoot with Dr. Lupo and Jordan Fisher, who are like two of my favorite people in the entire world as well. Like I've looked up to Jordan, obviously Jordan Fisher and Dr. Lupo both having casting and hosting backgrounds on the official broadcast. Like Dr. Lupo, you know, him doing casting and content, like it's honestly kind of been a bit of like I want to say like someone I've looked up to and like kind of followed for how to approach my content and what I'm doing. So it was very, very cool to do a shoot with them. And yeah, I'm hoping we can, I don't know when the exact date of those.
When those go live?
Yeah, when those go live, but it's very, very cool. And again as well, my chat also knows I have, sorry, one second, let me just try and just kill this guy real quick. Oh no, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I couldn't see him. I was too focused. Yeah, I'm very cool to see. I'm very excited to see when that kind of content comes out because there's some cool photos. There's some other challenges in there that I'm not gonna say that I beat Jordan Fisher because no one beats Jordan Fisher. He's good at everything. But I didn't lose to Jordan Fisher. That's maybe as much as I can leak.
Okay, got it. That seems, I mean, that's intriguing, right? So we have to tune in and hopefully we'll know more when it comes a little bit closer about what it is you're actually talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so code number 6, and maybe you know a little something about this, is Annie.
Annie, well, that's the name of my wife, my beautiful wife. So there you go,
Well,
guys.
there we
If
go.
you want to win some awesome Intel gear, courtesy of my beautiful wife, remember, click the link that's in my chat. I'm sure it's going to be Robey's chat as well. And then, so you go to the Gleam website, and then that's where you redeem the code Annie. So ANNIE.
Okay, that's it. Oh, it's funny because there's also a cool art, like the big social media person who works here with the team that we're doing it right now is also named Annie.
Oh, really?
So I was like,
there
maybe you knew her too.
No,
and
yeah,
Annie's probably like going, what?
It's Annie short for Annalise, so I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
so, yeah,
what a
very
great
cool.
name.
Yeah, it's a beautiful name, honestly. And it's a funny story. I didn't know that was her name until I'd known her for a year and we started dating. We had been dating before I realized that was her real name. I met her parents. We had a dinner with her family, and they called her Annalise, and I was like, excuse me, what? I've known you for a year. Like at that point, we've been friends for a year. We've been dating for a few weeks, and then I learned that her name was not Annie. That was a shortening of her name.
And what did you like? Were you like devastated? You were like, I need some time to reconsider this relationship.
Absolutely beautiful name. So I was only like impressed, but I just thought it was hilarious that I've been friends with her for at that point over a year, and just because all my friends call her Annie, and I'd never met her family or anyone who called her Annalise, I just didn't know. Yeah.
That's funny. You could have made a big deal out of it. Been like, well, I feel like I've been lied to.
Well, I feel like if anything, it only backfires on me. The fact that I've known you for a year, you don't even know my real name. Like it could have backfired on me if she was not a better person. So I didn't want to pull that thread too far.
What did she say when you were like, what do you mean you didn't know that was my name? Was she like?
No, she just laughed. That's just Annie. That's why she's perfect, and that's why I married her, because she doesn't get funny about stuff like that.
That's awesome. That's a good story, though. That's like one of those stories that, I mean, you can't tell Steve because he doesn't know English. But, you know, it's like one of those things.
We'll tell our kids one day for sure.
Tell your kids one day. It's like, oh, yeah, I didn't even know that was your mom's name.
I didn't even know your mom's name. And I'm not going to, again, for privacy reasons, I won't share it. But her last name was far more beautiful than mine, and she gave it up.
She gave it up.
Her full name was absolutely stunning, but that's just another thing. It's another reason I love her even more.
My wife was the same way for the exact same reasons, and it's like I was just like, it's like not that Robey is not a bad name, but her name was much better, and I was like, yeah. So, but she did the same thing.
It's fine. It's the sacrifices you make for the people you love, right?
Exactly. But now you have Steve, so everything's fine.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And she likes Steve, I'm assuming.
Oh, she absolutely adores Steve. It's actually funny, when we first started dating, she didn't think corgis were that cute, and that was almost a deal breaker for me. I was like, I question your taste in everything now. But I won her over with adorable photo after adorable photo, and now she is fully convinced. Yeah,
she's in the corgi camp.
Steve to absolute death.
She's in the corgi camp at this point in time. Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. I'm having to Spider-Man a section of your build here because I have this.
Oh, how fitting!
This RGB controller board that I don't know if I want it to touch. I mean, not that I'm overly worried about it, but I'm going to keep it elevated. And so it's just really funny. I've got this I was thinking about it the way I've got this cable managed.
Yeah, as you said that, I've picked up the Spider-Man gauntlet, so that's very fitting right now.
Look at this. It's just it's all tied together. It's like this content. It's like this content was planned.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love how someone before was pre-recorded, and I was like, man, we must. That actually built my confidence. If someone thought that it was a pre-recorded video of me building the PC, because that means I can't have been doing it too terribly.
Exactly.
I was like, you know what? Yes. Whoever said that, that was a great confidence booster for me at the start of
You're
this.
like, I owe you $100 later.
Yeah,
thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that.
Okay. So we're getting close to at least getting all your cables controlled in the back, and then I just get to kind of do the fun stuff.
Oh.
And then things are going well on your side?
Yep, things are going fantastic. I'm getting to try the new weapon. I'm killing people with it. That's
so
always...
when you play in pubs, you're still pretty high. Like, you're not getting match made against, like...
Yeah, so I'd still like... So at the moment, so there's a particular... A lot of people right now are not too happy with the fact that they feel like the players they're versing in regular public matches right now are trying extremely hard. And they wouldn't be wrong. So yes, even in public matches, I'm still versing decent opponents. In solos especially. That's where, like, because as you would do, if you were playing with your kids or your friends, you probably jump into duos or trios or squads. If you're playing solo Fortnite in 2022, you've got at least a decent proficiency at the game, normally.
Okay, well, that's probably why I'm having such a bad time playing solo.
Yes, no, we'll definitely, when we get a chance to play, we'll run up some duo no builds, and that'll be far more the pace than solos. If you're playing solos right now, yeah. I mean, I've been running into actual players who have, like, thousands earned on this game in solo pubs. Like, they are not casuals by any means.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you said that's been kind of a point of contention with some of the
It's just at the moment, like with the ranked game mode where it is. They actually made some updates to the ranked game mode today, which I'm excited to look at properly when I kind of go back to the hotel tonight, because I haven't really had a chance too much to look at it. But they have just done what hopefully will improve the ranked game mode a little bit, but it's just people are having more fun in the regular game mode now like me. So, you know, just playing the game differently is what it is. Everyone enjoys it a different way.
Yeah, that's the way. And the thing is that's how you keep people engaged.
Yeah.
You have to give people those options.
Definitely.
So what are some other games? I mean, it's like, I know Fortnite's your main thing, but what are some other games you're playing?
At the moment, I'm playing a lot of Sea of Thieves. I absolutely love Sea of Thieves. It's just such a cool, fun, chill game to play. And it's just, I love talking to my chat while I do it in the downtime. Like, as I've always said when people like, ask me, like, I've done interviews or, how would you describe your stream? Like, interactive is usually one that I go with. Obviously, at the moment, chat, I'm having a conversation with Robey, so I'm not answering every message in chat, but I always talk to chat, and Sea of Thieves is a great game to do that. Minecraft 1.19 just came out, the new Minecraft update. My chat has been dying for me to try that out because they always love my a bit more chill Minecraft streams, so I'm excited to give that one a bit of a go. That should be really fun.
Well, that'll have to be a shout out to Joe Neat, who's the executive producer on Sea of Thieves.
Oh, really?
Very good friend of mine.
Oh,
yeah,
there
it was
you
a
go.
large part with the early access for that game.
Fantastic game.
And
I love
then,
it so much. It's so much fun to play.
And then also, we got Helen Chen, I think is, and she was, Matt used to run Fortnite, but I have lots of friends, Nathan and all those guys who were big, because again, Microsoft, they worked at Xbox for 20 years.
Yeah,
so
there
those
you go.
guys,
So you would have been closely tied in with that. Yeah, I love Sea of Thieves.
So that's those guys. Yeah, great game.
Yeah.
And then they just announced their season 7, I think is what they're on now,
I'm
right?
excited for that one. I'll definitely
yeah.
play that when it comes out. Yeah, I've only been playing for the last couple of seasons, but I've been really, really enjoying it.
There we go. So, okay, so what we have here is we have your like little Spider-Man RGB controller here, and then I think we're good. I think what I can do now is I can start getting your PSU in and all that sort of stuff because you're back. So you're it's funny because you're I'm gonna be interested to see what you think of this cable management. It's gonna be interesting for you.
Oh yeah?
No, yeah. It's gonna be.
I'm hearing normal. Actually, you know what? I'm trying to think. I'm like,
I mean, we can see chat can see it. Chat can see it. Like they're looking at it right here. So we'll get a screen here of it basically, so chat can actually see it here a little bit full screen. I don't know if they got it from the top view. But yeah, you guys can see that here. You can't see the stream, can you?
No, I can't. I mean, I can pull it off my phone and look at it, but right now I'm trying to.
Oh yeah, no, you're trying to win. You're trying to win.
I'm trying to put on a show. That last game I went down in a way that I definitely shouldn't have gone down in. So
we just got raided. We just got raided, by the way, by EVGA. So huge shout out to EVGA raiding us here.
Big shout out.
EVGA guys, welcome there. Obviously, we've had some mod workshops with EVGA.
Very nice.
But they're here
sick.
and they just raid. Thank you very much, EVGA, for raiding.
Thank you.
And you guys enjoying a build. We're here building a PC. Unfortunately, not with any EVGA parts, but still super glad to have them here. And Jacob, we're actually going to be, so I don't know if you know about this, Aussie, but I'm actually going to be hanging out with them in July. I got to liquid nitrogen overclock.
Oh, I see. I've done that too. I did that when I was on a show. That's the show that I did back when I was in Australia when I did a show with Intel.
Isn't it fun?
It's so cool.
It's so cool. It's literally like it takes from its name. It is so cool. Dropping a CPU to negative 250 degrees, and you're just like
it felt weird. And it felt weird pouring liquid into the CPU. Like he was like, just go for it, pour it in. I'm like, I don't get it. He's like, just do it, just do
dump
it.
it.
I was
just
like,
dump it.
Okay.
Yeah,
like you've seen how gentle I am putting a stick of RAM in. So pouring like like, I don't want to call it smoldering because it's so cold that it's hot. Like,
Yeah.
pouring that into a CPU was very, it was a strange experience, to say the least.
It was a lot of fun, and so we get to do it. A rumor is we might get to do a GPU next time.
Oh,
so that'll be kind of cool. But yeah, I'm actually really excited about that.
Very
okay,
cool.
so you've got choices. A choice for you. We've got the solid red CPU combs, or we got like a see-through red CPU combs.
Oh. You know what? Can my chat see it? Chat, do a vote. What do we say?
Give me a choice here. Here we go.
See-through
Choice
red
here.
or
See-through
solid red?
or solid red, guys. Let's see if we can get
I
it.
can't see. You guys get to pick. What are
you
we
guys
feeling?
get to pick one it is. I don't know how we'll get a vote, but I'll just look for the. It's
No,
like,
we'll just go for chat. We'll go for chat. Maris is going solid. Maris is usually a very good
okay,
point of
we'll
reference
go
for
solid
me.
then. We'll
I'm
go
seeing
solid.
solid. I'm seeing
Okay,
solid.
We're
All right,
gonna do solid red.
Nah, Benzo, you're wrong. Okay, I'm seeing more solids. I'm seeing much more solid. No, I'm seeing a lot more solid. But Benzo, I'm sorry. You were the first one to step up, and you were wrong.
Everybody, my chat is saying. My chat is like, you need a healer. Oh, a heater. Oh, I was like, what is he talking about? But no, they're talking about.
Oh, with the liquid cooling, yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That I still, because again, not like that just blew my mind. 'Cause I've never actually worked with. Oh, someone's on me. I've never actually dealt with. What's it called again?
Liquid nitrogen.
Liquid nitrogen. I've never dealt with liquid nitrogen, so I just didn't really understand like the whole idea. It's so cold that it's
so
hot.
cool. Yeah.
Like that was kind of a weird concept to me as well.
And then they were getting a little crazy at the end. So like Jacob and the team was like throwing pants in there, and like it was starting to get a little wild. And I was like, and then they made me eat Vegemite, which was
Oh, here we
gross.
go. Nice.
No, it was not nice.
Okay.
It was.
It's nice if people do it right, but I guarantee they just didn't do it right for you.
Well, it was expired, which was not funny.
Okay.
Which is like, and then the other thing too is it was gross. So I mean, it was between those two things. What is the right way to eat Vegemite?
so the
besides
right way
in
to eat Vegemite.
That's right, because we're talking to an Aussie.
Yeah, you're talking Aussie here. I got you. One sec. I just got to let me kill this person
I gotta kill this guy first,
Let me
and then
kill
I
you
can tell you
first,
about Vegemite.
and then I can explain Vegemite. Okay, and this guy especially needs to be killed because he's going for
Oh,
the
I
full
can't
metal
see that.
box.
Oh.
Wow. Okay, that is okay. One sec. These are the satisfying kills as well. Let me see if I can get this because I really want to make sure I kill this person here
Okay.
because he's just doing full armored boxes. I gotta. These are the kind of people like I'm all good for chatting, but this person I really want to kill. So.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So he's gonna kill somebody, and then guess what, Aussie? I got all these questions here. After
Oh, here
the
we go.
Vegemite
Yeah,
one,
yep.
We got all those questions at your Twitter. app.
Yeah, I was actually really impressed. I got to say as well, chat. Again, if you guys didn't see it, I put a thing up yesterday asking for questions from you guys for today's stream, the hotline stream, and I was actually very impressed with the questions you guys asked. Thank you.
Yeah, because he was DMing me and being like, Robey, if not, you're gonna have to come up with really good questions. And luckily, you saved me. So thank you for doing that. Because I was like, I just met you, man. I don't know that much about you.
No, yeah, I feel like we've bonded. We've got the same love of dogs as well.
Yeah, same case, same dog, same food. We like the same food. It's like it's weird. That means we can't be friends. We have to be enemies.
Oh, that felt so good. Okay, sorry, that guy, like, I don't know, like, I'm trying to think, like, in games you play in the past, like, it's just like, this is, you've got a Halo background, don't you?
Yeah.
This is the guy, like, camping on the top of, like, I'm trying to think of the maps with just, like, an RPG. Like, this was just the kid who just was trying way too hard and definitely needed to go down.
And
okay,
just you were like, he needs to go.
Intel, another 20 gifted. Thank you, Intel.
Oh my
Okay.
gosh, Intel going crazy.
Intel going crazy in the Aussie
Okay,
Antics
so
Twitch chat. Let's go.
Vegemite,
Yep,
Vegemite,
okay.
and then we're gonna go.
Sorry, because that's a serious question. If
That's
you
a
ask an
serious
Australian how to properly have Vegemite, they are going to need to give you a proper
Troy, we
well-thought
have to
answer.
find out about
So,
Vegemite.
very, very light spread on toast of your preferred multigrain, but white grain's better.
Okay.
With butter. Like it's you have butter and then a little bit of Vegemite. The Vegemite is not the Vegemite is a strong flavor. It's the crowning jewel, but you need to spread it on thin.
Okay, so like thin, like how thin? Like
I'm trying to think
like a toothpick top thin.
yeah, like maybe not a toothpick, but like just you guys seem to spread it on like it's peanut butter because you think it's a spread.
No, I
and
don't
obviously
think
it's a
it's peanut
spread,
butter.
so I get it. But like that's the preferred.
Okay. Well, that helps me a little bit.
Yeah, so you probably had it way too thick. Did you have it too thick?
Oh no, I had to have it. I had to have a spoon of it.
Okay. Oh well, that's not going to be nice.
No,
like,
it wasn't
what?
nice at all. It wasn't supposed to be nice. It was supposed to be mean to me.
Okay, I got you. Now I'm understanding, but that's sad because that's now tainted what is just such a treasured Australian treat.
So which is better, Vegemite or peanut butter?
I mean, they're very different. I still enjoy myself some peanut butter, but Vegemite. So the main staple with Vegemite in Australia as well. Okay, this is just becoming a trend, is it? The main thing with Australian and peanut butter is also having it when you're sick. Like that's like the go-to thing when you're not feeling well. Yeah, is have Vegemite on toast when your stomach's upset.
Oh, okay, Vegemite, not peanut butter. Okay.
Yeah, no, yeah, Vegemite. Definitely Vegemite.
Okay. So first question
Yep.
From Jakin Bakey Zero.
Okay, yeah, I think that's Jake and Bake,
So
yeah.
we asked this question, but we got a little bit. What got you into streaming, and when did you figure out, oh, I can actually make it in this?
We talked about that.
We talked about it a little bit.
Yeah,
yeah.
we talked a little bit. So when I could actually make it, I don't know, because I was never really trying to make it as such. Like, if I could do it as a job, it was just one of those things that kind of happens. But I don't know, so for me, when did I know I could make it? So I went full-time in January. It's because I just moved houses. I was a personal trainer. My personal training business, the way it works is like, as everyone knows, around Christmas, it kind of always slows down. You know, everything's not as, everyone takes a break over Christmas, then getting them back in's a bit rough. I moved areas, so I was like, you know what? I'm at the point where, honestly, I wasn't making enough money where I could have gone full-time, but I was like, this is my last chance to give it a go. Like, I've just bought a house. I've got a wife, you know, a family now. Fiance. We were getting married later that year. I really needed to like take it serious and like get it sorted. And I was like, I'm giving myself like 3 months to make this work, which in the content world is not a long amount of time, but luckily in that like 3 months, everything changed. Like I was able to get up earlier, so I started watching tournaments in the US, and then my stream just kind of like exploded. And from then, that's when I've been full-time ever since then. So I was super fortunate that was right when I talked about moving and then buying Steve and stuff. So everything kind of changed for me right as I went full-time. But I mean, there wasn't, I kind of like planned it that way though. That was always going to be the like, this is my chance. But did I think it was going to work? Honestly, not really.
You never know.
Yeah, I would have regretted the rest of my life not having tried it. So.
Okay. It says, this is from me_baboon.
Okay, nice.
I
Baboon.
was really wondering about you and your brother's relationship playing games as a kid versus now. I don't know. I have an interesting story, and then I'll add this to you. But
yeah, go for it.
Me and my brother, we used to play competitive games, but I was always better. And so the one that we used to play hardcore was Street Fighter.
Nice,
and it took
fighting games.
Yeah, and I grew up in Japan, so Street Fighter was like a big part of our culture.
It's like a religion.
Yeah, but I remember the day that he beat me. So he'd never beaten me, and I was a Chun-Li Ken main.
Okay,
and then he finally beat me, and then I looked at him and I said, I retire. And we never played ever again.
No way.
Yeah, so it was just like one of those things that like he's like, when are you gonna play me? Like it was this thing. So I'm super interested to hear this question because like my to this day my brother is still super mad about how long it took him to learn to beat me, and then I will never play him again.
Yeah, I mean, so me and my brother is 4.5, 5 years older than me, and he was the one who grew up gaming. So he grew up gaming his whole life. My brother was in the stream earlier today, so super supportive of everything I do. Like, just I love my brother to death. But so that was my first introduction to gaming, was always with my brother. Okay. And so we grew up playing games together like crazy. Sorry, I had to go on. Yeah, so we grew up playing so many games together, and I loved playing games with my brother all the time. We were competitive, but him being 5 years older, it's kind of at that point where, like, you know, when I'm 5, he's 10. So, like, it's very developmentally different. But when I got, like, close to his age, when it was, like, 13 and 18, it got, like, a little bit closer. Like, we played World of Warcraft together. Like, we were in the same raiding guild. We played a lot of games together. And then it was kind of like a break where we didn't play games together for a little while. I kind of went into, like, doing what I do now, where I started playing games really heavily, like Battle Royales and all that. And then we played Fortnite again maybe like 4 years ago, like near the start when it came out, and he was like just blown away by like the point that I've gotten to with this game. And now a lot of games we play together, like he's really good at Rocket League, but I'll pick it up really quickly. Where if I put in a whole bunch of time, we would be like more evenly matched. We just play different games, but I love playing games with him. I taught him how to play Sea of Thieves a few months ago. Like, it's just been so much fun playing games with him. And even now that I'm in the US, like usually on the weekends, we try to have one night on the weekend where we play games together.
That's cool.
It's been a bit crazy with events and stuff like that going on. But yeah, that's been like the kind of thing that we've tried to do to like stay in touch while I've been traveling and stuff. So yeah, it's been really awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so I love this next question. And so huge shout out to Johnny Lax for asking this question.
One of my mods?
Yeah, one of your mods. So I did not know that. So huge shout out to also him being your mod. He says, how do you balance your love for gaming and content creation with your mental and physical health? Because I think this is a real issue within people who do what we do.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so I mean, having the personal training background, physical health has always been a really, really important thing for me. Like, I've always taken my physical health really importantly. But It's been tougher to balance as I've progressed, but it's something that, especially recently, I've started to take very, very seriously, and I'm back training like 3-4 times a week. So physical health is something that it's just balancing time. You just have to have those commitments, and I love going to the gym, and I love getting away, and that's my moment. Like, I turn my phone off, and I really just kind of like separate from it. Also, I go to the gym with my wife quite a lot, which helps. As far as mental health, we haven't talked about this yet today, but I've actually got my bachelor's degree in psychology. That's my background. So even as a personal trainer, so as a personal trainer, my business, I specialized in working with people with mental health disorders, and I would work in liaison with their therapist, and we would use like training and fitness as like a rehabilitation tool. So stuff like that. So it's something I've always taken very seriously. I've always been quite lucky with content creation. I think it's a part of my beautiful community that I don't get that stressed out about it, but it is quite hard. I've always said that one of the weirdest things about being a content creator is the fact that you have like a number attached to, not like, it's not your success, but like, obviously you try to not let numbers dictate your entire content, but at the same time, when people are working their desk job and they're sitting there and they're an accountant or whatever, they don't have a number that's attached to how well they're doing that day, which is like, view count analytics and stuff like that. But I've got beautiful friends, my wife, and like my community that really helps me like kind of keep my head out of that and just enjoy and love what I do. Like we said at the start of today's video, like I'm super blessed to be here and do what I do. And I just remind myself that as much as I can. That's pretty much my answer. I wish I had like a way that I could give advice to people who are struggling with their mental health, but I've been lucky enough to be pretty fortunate to not worry about it too much. Sorry.
Well, I actually think that you did give some good advice there.
Okay.
To be honest, the couple things is that in all those cases, you essentially said I made it a priority to make sure that I managed it, and I think that's the big thing is that you talk about we're as content creators we don't want to do things like it's hard because numbers do define us in a lot of ways. But the other thing too is that I think you have to prioritize it and find those things that are going to get you out of that spot, right?
Definitely.
And so I think one time is like a lot of times it's like, I mean, there's obviously some great books. Obviously making some time to work out and being okay with taking those breaks for yourself. Right?
Oh, well.
And yeah, I mean, those are like, that's the thing is like a lot of times what you see is like people are like, if I don't grind, then I won't get in. But the other thing too is like, truth be told, if you grind too much, it's almost the same thing, right? You have to make it a priority to take those breaks. Yeah,
you've done it as well. And the same thing as well. I think it's also, if I want to play another game or I want to do something, I go and do it.
Yep.
But yeah, it's super fortunate. Sorry, my chat's freaking out because I just dropped a 20-bomb victory royale, which is pretty rare actually for me. I'm not going to lie. Apparently something about talking to you while playing, maybe it's like switching that part of my brain off. I just managed to get a 20-kill solo win, which is actually like even in a regular public match, quite hard for me. I'm not going to lie. I don't do this very often. I actually don't. This might be my first 20-bomb of the season, so that was a big deal.
Dude,
thank you.
that's huge.
The 5 gifted subs as well.
Can we get some I don't know, some hashtag,
Nah, chat was already freaking out. They were loving it anyway, don't worry.
Yeah, okay, well there you go. Never mind. Okay, code 7, guys, NRG. You know what that means something to you?
Of course, yeah. I mean, that's the org that I'm signed to. Got it off NRG. We love NRG. Yeah. So obviously, so if you guys want to win some cool Intel gear, make sure you go to the link that's in chat right now, and you put in the code NRG. You guys obviously know what NRG is, but yes, thank you for the gas, guys. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs, Oxade. Now, 1 second. I need to wait. I need to make sure I'm off camera for this one. Oh, wait. I'm gonna take my hoodie off. I'm getting hot. Like I'm genuinely, I'm getting sweaty. And like actually sweaty.
And
so
actually sweaty. Okay, so you're gonna
they can still hear me though.
Oh yeah, they can still hear you. You're just gonna strip down, and so we want to make sure we want to keep this family friendly.
Problem?
You know what I mean? So he's going from there. So we're gonna get you some help. Actually, guys, this might be a good time. Why don't we take a 5-minute break? Why don't we take a 5-minute break? We'll come back, do 5 minutes, and then we'll come back from there. See you guys in 5 minutes.
Honestly, I don't know who the fuck to trust. Is she my friend or my foe? I'm a exit draw. Yeah, she give me that claim as well. I remember back when I was younger, I was happy. Nowadays feel like no one understand me. I'm good at artists, silly, I'm Bob, Bambi. Baby's yellow, text. She wanna eat me like candy. Running through racks, track me. I run up the racks like an athlete. Big facts, you're the dick, 6 flags. Ballin' like dick flags, told her I love her. I ain't really mean that, yeah. Nowadays these people are funny. Remember way back she was love. These bitches sneaky can't cough. I got 4 hoes that went top. I remember. Remember I was selling dog food, no kibbles, just to get me some skrilla. Remember I was really on the block like Tetris, just to get me some chip. Surfing, rocking the parking lot, my weed loud, and I like the gay bubble. I be on the mind like non-stop, yeah. Had to get the little thought, no time out. Remember smoking blunts with my friends. The seconds a couple of days, yeah. Lost a lot to the fame. That's the shit got me upset. But at 8, then I finally thought, yeah, I'm smoking with side. 4-4, I'm a zombie. This a girl, but she want it. These little boys think I'm cocky. My bitch real like Mary Poppins. Yo, bitch really got eyes. Smoking on killer, I eat a coffee. My bitch drip like Mary Poppins. Yo, bitch really got eyes. Smoking on killer, I eat a coffee. Now that these people are friends. Remember way back she was love. These bitches sneaky can't cope. I got 4 hooked up with two. I remember.
What is up, guys? We are back. We're gonna get ready. We gave him a chance to cool off a little bit, so we're getting Aussie's over there. I can hear him over there getting prepared.
He's sweaty. It's crazy. Like I physically got sweaty then. That was wild.
And dude, we saw a 20 bomb.
Yep.
That's crazy, right?
Because I want to answer the questions properly, and I felt bad that I was kind of like half minding it, but I genuinely think something about you talking and me like not fully focusing on the game just kind of took me to another level.
just
That
like
was crazy.
you just
but now I'll base up. I'll do the myth tower, and we can have a conversation.
You subconsciously had to pwn.
It was crazy. Yeah, that was weird. That was wild.
Well, let's go through real quick the parts that are in there. So we're actually getting really close towards the end of the build, which is great. So we've got, and he did come over and confirm that the red was the right choice. So good job on that, chat.
Again, confirming. I think it was Benzo. Was it Benzo who got that wrong?
Yeah.
To have to confirm, you definitely got it wrong. Red was the way. The solid red was the better look.
So inside of this, we got the Core i9 12900KF. We've got the motherboard. We got the Asus ROG Maximus Z690 Hero, which, I mean, dude, crazy board, right? Like, it's chunky.
Dude.
Chunky. We got that Asus ROG Strix 3090, which, I mean, we're building his dream PC right now.
Oh, this is like the dream PC. I mean, it's so funny because a lot of, again, I don't want to say a lot of the Fortnite fans, because a lot of the Fortnite community are actually getting more and more tech savvy, I've noticed, but they're going to instantly see that i9 12 gen and then a 3090, and they know what's up. This is like, this is the beefy PC.
There it is. We've got so for your photos of your puppy, we've got we got the Seagate Ironwolf 10 terabyte drive. We've got that 1 terabyte Western Digital Black SN850 Gen 4 NVMe SSD. We've got that 32 gigs of DDR5, 6,000 megahertz.
6,000.
So bonkers.
So you're saying I need to make sure I go in and actually change the profile?
Yeah. It's already done.
You've already done it. You didn't have to.
You
Let's
didn't even have to do it,
go.
dude. That's what I do. Come on,
Let's
come
go.
on. Hyte Y60 iBuyPower Edition, which is the fish tank of cases.
Yep.
We've got that Deep Cool Castle 360EX iBuyPower logo, which you saw. And then you've got that Thermaltake Tough Power Grand RGB 1200 watt PSU.
Yep.
Which, it's funny, we keep scared. 1,200 watts. That's crazy. And
that is crazy.
Here is your cable management right now. We talked a little bit about it. He actually got to see
I
it.
got to come inspect it. He is a man of his word. That is
so
some
there
beautiful
it is. It's
cable
very,
management.
very clean. We try to keep it clean. And right now we're just getting the PSU in.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna test mount the GPU, do the peels, and then we'll have you come back once that's kind of done, and then we'll do the last hookup.
Yeah.
But in the short term, you're playing. What are you playing now?
So I'm playing Fortnite. So we just got a 20 bomb. I mean, on the back of the momentum of that, we're gonna keep smashing out some games. I did see some questions just then asking about the PC. Remember, guys, this is through iBuyPower, so I won't have it right now, and maybe Intel has it. I don't know. But I will in future have the link to where you can actually buy basically the PC that I have right now, minus a different. It's a different hard drive.
Yeah.
But all the parts that you guys are really obviously like, oh my gosh, 3090 i9, like that's they're all gonna be the same, and it's about 4,300 USD before sales tax.
Correct. That's what we did, like putting it all together and stuff like that. So, of course, prices may vary and all that sort of stuff as things get further along, but that's what it is today. Okay, so questions, and I have to say a couple things. One, shout out to your community, Aussie, because like they are just really a non-toxic, great community. So if you're into Fortnite and you're watching either on Intel channel or one of my channels looking for a good Fortnite streamer and a great place to hang out and talk about it, head on over there. That's a great place to go.
We do our best.
The more that we've gotten some good feedback even from the Intel guys who are like, man, I like your community, which is
I love my
good.
community. Thank you guys. I do appreciate you guys representing well for this kind of stuff. Thank you. And asking some good questions.
Actually,
I'm not gonna lie.
questions.
Yeah.
Okay, next question, and it's like that fabled interview question that you walk in and they're like, okay, so where do you see yourself in 5 years?
This is a tough one. See, like, I didn't see myself here in 5 years, so it's so hard. Like, we talked about it before. It's so great that I know I'm doing this with you who also makes content, so you kind of know. But, like, you never plan too far ahead in this. The fact that I'm at this point is just incredible, and I'm kind of just rolling with it as it happens. But where do I see myself in 5 years? Ideally, I'm going to be still doing exactly what I'm doing right now with the same beautiful faces that are in chat. Maybe my life circumstance will be a little bit different with perhaps a mini Antics, but other than that, like as far as content and career, like we've talked about here today, I just love playing games. I have since I was really little, and I just want to keep playing games in my community. It might not be Fortnite, it might be a different game, but it's going to be the same vibes and the same sort of pretty much everything else. Like hopefully I find myself still in a game that has a thriving, awesome esport, because I'm just finding myself obsessed with esports as I get older. But yeah, I'm just going to keep playing games like I have for the last 20, almost 9 years now.
That's, I mean, you can't really go wrong with that. But I love that question. It's funny. There was a movie out called The Intern, and it had like Robert De Niro in it. He's like
I
80s.
love that.
He's 80
so
years
good.
old.
That'll be me.
Yeah.
That'll be me with playing video games and streaming. Like, that's like, people always say that. Like, I probably hopefully won't be playing a game as difficult as Fortnite. I'm feeling more on the Minecraft Sea of Thieves kind of side of things. It's real chill vibes. But yeah, this is the thing I've always dreamed of doing for a job, and as long as I can afford to, I will still be doing it.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. Okay, next question. This is from Tricks Optics on YouTube.
I know Tricks, yeah.
It says, how do you get into doing viewing parties for Fortnite.
Yep.
And who is your favorite player to watch besides Robeytech?
Oh, okay,
I was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
that's really nice.
Yep.
Thank you, Tricks, for shouting me out.
I mean,
like that.
he must be OG as well, since you have been playing since mid chapter 1. But so with viewing parties, so I got into hosting customs. So in Fortnite, you have the ability to host customs, which basically means that you give out a code to everyone in your chat, they can all jump in the same game. I use that to run a lot of competitive games and practice and scrims.
Okay.
So I would help the competitive scene. But even at that point early on, I was still, out of my depth with the skill ceiling of how crazy kids were in this game. So I wanted to be involved, but I knew that I couldn't compete with them. So I would host scrims practice for them because I was an older person, so a bit more mature, could help them out and serve a function, but didn't have to be crazy good at the game myself. But then I would, as I was doing that, because I would die a lot, I found myself casting the games and watching the games more so than playing it because I was just getting destroyed, basically.
Right.
And then that stumbled into the fact that I was like, wow, I actually love this, and people really enjoy watching me watch people play games, and that's just kind of where it's transcended from. So how did it start? Just that. And ever since then, I've been doing it and loving it. So I've just kind of kept doing it, and I've fallen in love with the scene more and more. I've moved, around the world. I watch different regions, and I've made so many friends and cool people in the scene. I can't see myself doing anything else. And people they're just like, oh, there's no way you can enjoy watching this much Fortnite. And if I just sit home and watch it by myself, probably not. But when I can sit there and talk to chat and interact with them and get their thoughts on it and their reactions, that's what really makes me be able to do it every day for, weeks and months on end. And my favorite player to watch is hard, because I have so many friends that are players that it's really, really hard for me to pick one favorite player. I've never been able to do that.
It's not a player name hard. It's like literally, it's hard for you to choose.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Like choosing one of your kids.
It is. I am quite often called the dad of the competitive Fortnite scene, but there's just so many people that I love watching, and it's just so cool. And so many people that I'm cheering on. Like I said, when I had that tournament with Brezzo, cheering him on and watching him succeed was so cool. There's no way I can pick favorites.
Well, there you go. He won't pick favorites besides Robeytech.
Yeah, other than you, of course. Because that's when there's someone that's that much of a standout, it's kind of like you have
come on. I mean, it's like you've never seen somebody play so bad that you need to cheer him on.
Yeah, fair.
Okay, so it's Drop Brew. It's Drop Brew asks.
Yep.
What things would you have done earlier in your career would have had a big effect? That is a great question. Ooh, I like that.
Fantastic question.
Ooh, that's Brainiac level right there.
Yeah, I think doing this, because obviously when you make content, you play video games, it's the dream job, it's super fun. But doing the things that aren't so fun, like making content that's specifically for other platforms that maybe takes a bit of effort at the time, maybe you have to, make a TikTok or something like that, spend some time making content other than just playing the game you are and hoping people will come watch you. I think the earlier you can get on that train, the better. And I think I wish even earlier on, I just learned to trust the process. When things aren't going the way you want, or you're in a little bit of a slow patch, just knowing that it'll all be fine and trusting the process is really important.
Yeah. And then I think it sounds like a lot of the other things that you probably didn't know that you were doing, but I think even there was some benefits that you had done that maybe I'd say tie back to the question we asked before, which was about your personal training and your mental health stuff.
Yep.
Having some of that stuff and being okay with failing and having your ways to vent, right? Healthy ways to vent and disconnect.
Definitely.
So that way you don't do something, because that also will prepare you for success. Because honestly, there was a really funny thing that I actually ended up getting to retweet, which was this job is a roller coaster in the worst way, right? And so you have to be okay with riding those waves.
Oh, definitely, 100%. And I think it's also building up people around you and people there for the content that are for you as well. I do viewing parties, and there's crazy people who are just there to watch Fortnite tournaments that don't care about me whatsoever, and I get that. But that's why I've always put a big emphasis on streaming other games that I want to in those chill moments where I get to really kind of build that community and people around me who are there for me. And I still get to play video games too, even if it's 10 people. It's still crazy. It's 10 people willing to sit there and watch me play a video game and chat with them. And I've always tried to kind of keep grounded with that, to be honest.
Okay, so this ties into the next question actually really well, which is what was your first game? The first game you ever remember playing?
Yeah.
And do you think it was the thing that sparked your love for gaming?
Ooh, so the first game I remember playing was Rampage on Nintendo 64.
Oh, geez. Good game. Good game.
Fantastic game. My parents got that for me and my brother for Christmas, and I vividly remember us beating it that day on Christmas. And I remember my mum being so what do you mean? We spent all this money on a console, and you've been talking about this for months now. We got it for you, and you've beaten it in a day. And that's when my brother yeah, but we're going to keep beating it. We're going to go back and keep playing it over and over and over again now. So that was kind of what we did. I think Potentially, well, I've loved games since then. Like, I've been playing games since I can remember. But I think what really sparked my love for where I am now would have been probably Halo 3, when I got into taking a game seriously, and like I was trying to get like max rank on everything. So I was ranked 50 in 5 different game modes at like 11. So like that's when I really got into games and like was like, wow, I'm actually like pretty decent at these and had so much fun just getting better.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like you know, it's like early on, I got lucky because my parent, like I got a Nintendo as one of my first systems. I actually started with the with a PC. My first console, like my first real thing was a PC. But
just flex on all of us, why don't you?
Yeah, when my parents got us our console, they got me Bionic Commando. So none of the games that I had were games that you could beat like in one day.
Yeah, no.
They were definitely. But yeah, I remember Rampage. It was a great game.
Fantastic game.
Such a fantastic game, and I mean there was a lot of mastery in that game, which was actually pretty good. So good on your parents for being okay with you saying that.
It's great that I'm talking to someone old enough who knows that. Some people in my chat were saying W Rampage, so I'm not too, you know, we've got some people in here who can appreciate the classics.
Yeah, it's funny because like a lot of people even in my chat who are, you know, because I mean PC builders are like it's, you know, it's definitely something you need to have a lot of disposable income to get into.
Oh, of course.
Right. So it's like I have a tendency to have a lot of older in there, but. Okay, let's see what else we got here. We got some really, really good questions.
Yeah.
Okay, Gabriel _______.
One of my long-term subs,
asks, what is your proudest accomplishment? Such a great question. Such a great
proudest accomplishment. What is my proudest accomplishment?
Besides your wife. Make sure you say your wife.
I think honestly, I think it's where I am. It's where I am now, basically. The fact that I am, even right now, I'm in Intel studio in LA playing Fortnite, building PCs with awesome people and just doing cool content. The fact that I've been able to like bring my wife, bring my dog, and just like do that is exceptional. From gaming, something that my parents were lovely enough to understand the value in, and it made me happy and I enjoyed it. But back in the day, like 20 years ago, as you probably know as well, Robey, a lot of people thought you was wasting your time and it was good for nothing. Where now, parents and people are starting to see some value in it as like, you know, not really a career, but it's not just, you know, wasting time. So I think that's probably my proudest accomplishment.
That's a pretty good, I like that one. That's a good, it's a nice grounded response for sure. And then the other too is it's also understanding that like, you know, it's like there's no recipe for success, and it can all change. So just actually living in the moment can be a big part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, next one. This is from Cheesehead. Okay, what's your... Okay, so I think we talked about this a little bit earlier, but I mean, not necessarily directly, but man, maybe some people missed this. What's your favorite streaming moment so far in your career? Streaming moment.
Favorite streaming moment so far? That's so hard. Like, I feel like people should have one that kind of like stands out to them, but I don't know. I've streamed so much and done so many cool things that I just don't really know if I have a favorite streaming moment.
I think it's okay to say your answer is I don't know, or I just had a ton.
I genuinely don't think I know. Like, there's just so many the things that I've thought. I just don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, well, there we go. He doesn't know, but maybe it's still yet to come.
Yep.
But I do have to say, the one about your dog, pretty cool.
Yeah, I think that's definitely like overall, like being able to have that and then bringing Steve on and showing him to my stream for the first time was very cool, and how big that meant to people.
And I love that he's named Steve. Is it Steve after Steve from Fortnite? I mean, sorry, from Minecraft, or no?
No, just Steve. I just fell in love with the name of calling a dog Steve when I was like 11. My goldfish is named Reginald. Like, I just really like fully human names for our pets. So some people find it weird. I love it.
I'm Winston.
Yep.
We have Winston,
That's
Maggie,
cool.
And Emily. So all of ours are the same dog.
That's fantastic. Is Winston an Overwatch reference or no?
No, Winston was before Overwatch.
Okay.
He's OG. Yeah, like he's an older Chewini, and he's like, we call him our old man, but yeah, he's been there. But yeah, pre. Okay, so code 8 is 800K. Does that mean something to you?
Oh, it does mean something to me. So again, if you guys don't know what the codes are for, if you want to win some cool Intel goodies, make sure you guys go to the link that's in chat and then put in the code 800K. So I hit 800,000 followers just previously, a few days ago. So 800K followers on Twitch. Yeah, my only content goal for this year, and it's a big one, is 1 million followers on Twitch. I don't have any other expectations or goals for this year, and I don't even know if I'll hit it, but that is my goal. We're kind of tracking onto it right now, so we'll see how we go. If we don't hit it, I won't, like, no one's going to be like, oh man, I only have 900,000, you know what I mean? But
yeah, you're not going to throw a fit about it.
Yeah, no, 800K was a very, very crazy milestone. Like, that was wild to sit back and think on.
To be so close to, I mean, dude, there's nothing wrong with 800K at this point.
Oh no, yeah. I've been telling me if my career stays at this point for the rest of my life, I'm still ecstatic. Yeah, I'll be very, very happy.
Awesome.
Thank you, Zippo. Appreciate the follow, man.
Yeah. Okay, he's getting you closer. There it is, right there. Getting it already.
Yeah, exactly. Getting closer to the 1 million. Let's go.
Okay, I love this question, and actually, this reminds me of anytime you go on it. So I'd love to get your opinion. If you go to a gas station and you're going on a road trip, if you're not like, if you don't go into a gas station to buy snacks, like you're a 9-year-old with $100, like you aren't living, if you know what I mean, right? Am I right?
Definitely, yeah, I get that. Yep.
So what is your go-to gas station snack for?
See. It's tough. Snack is a hard one for me. So, that makes me think food, but the first thing that comes to mind is like a slushie, or like you guys call them Slurpee, like a frozen Coke, basically. Like that's like my go-to. Doesn't have to be a Coke flavor, but just a frozen beverage is like my go-to, like any kind of slushie. But as far as food goes, what else would I always go for if I was like at a gas station? Okay, this is funny because Americans are not going to get this at all.
If you say Vegemite,
we're
not friends anymore.
I'm going to go another Australian classic, a meat pie. A gas station meat pie is just that, and a frozen Coke or something like that is just top tier. That is the Australian classic right there. Sausage roll or a meat pie.
Okay, yeah, I've had sausage rolls before.
You haven't had a meat pie? Okay.
I haven't had a meat pie.
Meat pies are so good. It's so hard to describe. And every time I describe them, they sound terrible because I just can't describe it properly. But if you guys go to Australia, you need to have a meat pie. Give it a chance. It's really good.
Okay.
Yeah, 4 and 20, baby. Let's go, Pistol Pete.
Okay, there we go. If you had to pick one place to spend the rest of your life to live, where would that be?
With my parents.
With your parents, okay.
With my parents. So close to my family. So that's why, like, I love this crazy adventure I'm going on. But obviously, in the next couple of years, at some point, I am going to be heading back to Australia because I want to be. I miss my family now. My parents are coming visiting next month. But when I have kids and want to start a family, I want to be close to my family. My mom's one of 5, and I'm very, very close to not just my parents, but my extended family, my brother, my aunties, my uncles. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so somewhere in Australia.
Yeah.
Probably close to Sydney?
Yeah, they live in Sydney, yeah. They live in Sydney. But if I had to go, like I'm guessing that was meant to be like a destination, like somewhere I need to visit, like I really want to do certain parts of Europe, kind of like Norway. Like I think Norway, like I'm going to Sweden now, but Norway, Sweden, Switzerland, like that kind of just sounds so cool to me, where I'm going to visit that and do that properly one day.
Okay, got it. Well, there you go. Okay, so this is actually a really great question, and River Raymond, huge shout out to you on this one, because I think I've seen this question come up a lot of times. Why did you want to join an org, or was that like a goal?
Yeah. So for me, like, following esports and getting really into esports, I always wanted to be part of something. Like, to me, it was like a team, like being part of a team. So for me, that was the main goal, and that's why I got offered a lot of different orgs to join before NRG, and I turned them down, not because they weren't fantastic orgs and not because it wasn't a great deal and it wasn't good for me, but just NRG was the goal because the 3 esports that I follow the most that I love is Fortnite, Rocket League, and Apex Legends. And the fact that they had 3 phenomenal teams or players in all of those, and I just love the way they made their content, the things that they did. When they reached out to me, it was just like, I want to be a part of this. Because now I watch all the Rocket League tournaments, all the ones that aren't like in line when Fortnite tournaments, when they're not on. I've watched like 3 majors now. I'm going to watch the World Cup. I want to go to the World Cup, but I'm not sure yet. And having a team to cheer on is just so cool. So that was the main reason why I joined an org. Like, obviously, it's cool opportunities. I got to come to LA and get to watch the show they put on recently. I got to go to like a Dodgers baseball game. That was super cool. So it's just, for me, it's yes, being part of an org, but it was more being part of a team. It was someone to cheer on and someone to do cool things with.
Got it. Okay. Well, that's a really good question. Okay, and then last one that we see here. Okay, what do you think sets you apart from other Fortnite streamers or the niche viewing parties that lead to your success among others within the community?
Good question. Sets me apart. I am quite a considerable amount older, at least within the competitive scene. I am on average I'm like 10 years older than the average age of the pros playing in the lobbies that I'm watching and casting on quite a lot of the time. But I think it was identifying, like, viewing parties was good, but it was identifying a different niche or way that people like to enjoy esports content. Like, official broadcasts are cool, and like watching the tournament, having like the casters and the host and the analysts, that's really special. But I think a lot of people also, depending on the esport, especially Fortnite, like a more down-to-earth approach as well, where they can, like, they're watching the game with someone who's casting, who's knowledgeable, but also feels like you're watching with a friend. You laugh when something funny happens, you comment on it, the pros come in out of my chat and they comment on it, and I just feel like that was maybe what set me apart and led to a lot of my recent success, and I'm kind of still really pursuing. Like, I'm going to DreamHack in a couple of days, and I went to Dallas, but it's not to be on their broadcast, it's to do my broadcast there. Right. I get to run it the way that I want. I get to have that interaction with my chat and laugh with them and make jokes with them and not take it too seriously, but still seriously enough for the caliber of the event it is. So I feel like that's probably what I believe it is, but obviously I'm not the one watching me. So at the end of the day, I don't actually know why people like to watch me over other people, but I feel like it's probably that.
Okay, I feel like that's a good answer. Yeah. Okay, so what's happening in the game now? We got through all the questions.
Yep. Oh, so I just dropped into a fresh game now. I can full sweat it out, or if our PC is ready, I'm happy to back out and check out the PC.
We're not there yet. We're not there yet. I was in the Barbara Walters like full on question mode.
Yeah,
so now
that's fine. Yeah.
I'm gonna get your GPU, like test fit your GPU, and then we'll be pretty close to getting.
I love the fact that you're testing all of it, chat. So the Aussie curse is hopefully going to be gone. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. If anyone's ever watched me with technology, for some reason, no matter how much effort I put in, no matter how many things like, this part has never failed or this has never gone wrong, and then I'm always the first one. So I think I'm actually have a good feeling about this. I think this might be the first time we're properly gonna beat this.
Well, the other thing too is eventually we'll be living pretty close to each other too. So if there's an issue, right? Like we'll find a way. I mean, the one thing that's nice about all the travel is that sometimes it's like, oh, I'm just gonna make a stop by, and I'll just be like, Intel, by the way, I gotta go swing by Aussie's house on the way home. So can we make sure that happens so that way you can fix this PC that you give him?
Let's go. Yeah, that is not bad, and I'm not gonna lie. I hope you know what you've signed up for with that one, because it might not even be this PC that you've built, and I'm still gonna need some help. So we'll see how we go.
That's pretty funny right there. Okay, so and then are you playing in the same? I mean, I'm assuming you're just playing regular old Fortnites.
Yep. I'm just playing a regular pub match right now. I've gone for more of an aggressive drop at Tilted Towers. I got my 20 bomb, and now I'm feeling confident apparently, but we'll see how we go.
We'll see how it goes, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be fine.
Yeah, I should be right. I'm feeling, oh, yep, not so great right now. Never mind, now I'm feeling good right now. I'm good.
So, and then the other thing too is like, do they have? They used to. I thought they did. They still have pretty good matchmaking though, right? Like, if you get in new, are you always playing with this?
No. If you're a newer player, I haven't experienced the skill-based matchmaking at the lower end, just because obviously I've been taking the game pretty seriously for quite a while now. But I've heard there's times where definitely feel like every kid you're running into is crazy, and they're building the Taj Mahal in your head. Like you always see those kind of jokes with Fortnite. But at the same time, I think that's what no builds has really helped with. But also because of no builds, it means that is where all the casuals are, where if you try to play the regular game casually now, you run into a lot of people taking it more seriously like me. But it's still a very popular game, so it's still going to have like a good amount of skill-based matchmaking. But I think the biggest issue is a lack of a really well-developed rank mode. It means you can't, if you were playing like a game like Apex Legends and you queued in against bronze, you'd be versing other bronze players up until they made it harder recently, where Fortnite hasn't really had that. Public matches, you can run into people like me because I've got nothing else really to play.
Right. So if you had something like, if you were like, it's like one of those things like we built a PC, I was telling you about this, at DreamHack for a coach who coaches people on how to play Fortnite. Like, so if you were going to say, somebody's saying, hey, you know what, I want to get into Fortnite, I want to start playing, what's the approach?
Sorry, I thought I died to someone that I knew, but never mind, it must be a fake. I mean, it depends. Like, a lot of people want to get into Fortnite, and it has so many different skill levels once you progress through it, but the main thing of, like, improving is usually creative. Being able to sit there and just practice your mechanics all day has led to a massive rise in the skill ceiling. And then there's so many fantastic content creators out there making content guided around improving. You've got like Reese Hubmate, used to make more, but not as much now. Destiny Jesus has like an entire like masterclass that you can buy that teaches you through all the steps. You've got people like Robey who makes content on that, Jiven, you've got Ken Beans. Like there's a lot of really good content creators out there. That wasn't actually Higgs, right, chat? Okay, good. Just making sure it wasn't the guy that I thought it was. I thought I just got killed by a very good player who is a good friend of mine.
And that would have been,
it would have been hilarious. I wouldn't have been mad because that's what happens. That's the great thing about where I am, Robey. If I kill a pro, it's, oh my God, you got killed by Aussie. And then if they kill me, it's like, oh yeah, okay, cool, they're a pro, they killed you. You know what I mean? I win either way. There's no real way I can lose, so it's okay.
That's pretty funny right there.
We have a list going in our chat of not only who I've killed as pro players, but the date that I killed them. It's a good list. We're building it.
Well, that's good. I mean, it's good to have like that. To have that history.
It's more of just a bit of a laugh at them because half the times the ways that I've killed them have not been fair whatsoever. But it's always the meme of like, oh, you killed the FNCS winner. Like I killed Snacky, who's the guy who won the last 2 FNCSs. But like, it's just funny that I've killed him. But it definitely was not a fair fight.
Oh, that's funny.
We still have the list going there.
Did they recognize you? Have they like you
oh
got
yeah,
the DM?
100%. Yeah, I did a video with Snacky like 4 days ago where he was doing basically I got him and another fantastic player on NA West REIT into a lobby together and saw who could like get more kills and stuff. So yeah, I know them very, very well. Like if they die to me and they see the name, they are definitely coming to stream to see if people are watching because they know people are going to be laughing at them.
That's pretty funny right there. So you talk about skill, like practicing in creative. Like how much do you How much
Not
time
a lot.
do you spend? Okay.
No, that's what would like really take me to the next level. But like, I'm not at that point. Like, I've done it before in the past with the joystick to improve and stuff. But that's where I get bored. Like, I like improving at games, but I like improving at the game in the game. Like, not doing the training mode of it. But that is what would take me to the next level. Like, if you were like, Aussie, for the sake of your career, you need to like place in a cash cup in the next 6 months. That's what I would be doing more of. So that's what I know I need to do. But because I don't need to be a professional player, I elect not to do it.
Right. Yeah. It's just like one of those things where you're just like, this is not. It's not fun. It's not fun in the right way.
And it's fun. Like, I'll do it a little bit here and there when I do really want to, because getting better at the game is rewarding for me. Even if I put half an hour in a day, but then later that day I see myself do a movement that I practice in creative, like that is rewarding for me. But at the moment, I'm quite enjoying just playing public matches and talking to my chat. Like, that's what I've really started to enjoy.
And that's kind of, I mean, that's kind of what they like about you. That's what you got. That's what you got signed to do.
It's also more relatable, the fact that I don't win every single game and I don't run through the whole lobby. There is pro players 100% streaming Twitch right now, dropping 20 bombs every other game. If they wanted to be watching them, they could, but they choose not to. So
yeah, then they shouldn't. I'm just kidding.
it's more relatable. When I get a win, it means more. It's more exciting. That's what I say. If I get too good, then I lose the relatability. That's why I just, I don't want to get too good,
So who was it? Did you? Who was the first person who ever called you like the dad of Fortnite, or was that just like kind of like a reputation that kind of came about? Or
I feel like it definitely would have originated more in the OCE scene originally before I moved to NA, because I was helping the competitive scene a lot, and I was obviously watching a lot of tournaments, and I think it's definitely become a thing more recently, as well as I've become close to a lot of the guys in NA, and especially a lot of the, like, it started to come about a lot with Clicks, one of the bigger Fortnite streamers, one of the biggest Fortnite streamers out there, and I've just helped him with the dumbest things that, like, just is very much like the dad of the Fortnite scene as well, like trying to like book things for LAN events, and trying to like he couldn't set up his camera on stream, so he called me to help him set up his camera, like things like that.
So just like, you're like, thanks, Dad.
It's kind of like stemmed from that. But yeah, it's always just been the fact that also I'm just a lot older than them. Like, it's not always in an endearing way as well. Sometimes it's just you're the old guy in the Fortnite scene as well. So it's like, take it as it is.
It's one of those things that you did say that was interesting, though, that you talk about, like, a lot of ways, Twitch or Fortnite and FPS gaming, like, as we get older, right? Like, it's our skills degrade, right? Because that's just what happens.
And we start doing other things. You've got kids, you can't just play for 6 hours a day,
So when you talk about, like, you've talked about some of those other games, do you think you'll always play stuff that's competitive, though?
No, I don't think. I think eventually I'll get to the point where I don't, because like I said, like, so I'm balancing them right now. Like, my chat is super excited for when I get back from Sweden to jump into like 1.19 Minecraft and just make a world and chill out and talk to them and stuff like that. And even when I'm watching tournaments, it's hyper competitive. What I'm loving is just engaging with my chat. So I've still got that competitive itch where even in the public match I'm playing right now, I want to be proud of how well I'm doing. But eventually that's going to subside. And also, I feel like as I get older and my responsibilities outside of streaming get more, like, again, let's say whether it be kids, it's just, I'm gonna want to like not take the games that I play as seriously, because I won't have the time to take them as seriously. So I think eventually that will have to subside at least a little bit, but for now I'll still sweat in the games that I play, because that's what I enjoy.
Got it because I was curious. I mean, there are games, like Teamfight Tactics, Hearthstone, Runeterra, that are games that aren't as reliant on Twitch mechanics, right? But are still competitive games.
Definitely.
So I was just curious if, like, the part that you are right is, like, even for those games, I mean, I look, we're surrounded here. I know, we have people who play TFT, and they have way more time than I do, and they're way better at it because they have more time. And so it's like, because our kids want to see us and stuff like that as well.
Yeah,
so,
of course.
But I was just curious. But that's a good point, right? It's like eventually you just can't dedicate all the time in the world and manage the rest of it.
And also, it's just like, at the same time, there's other games that I really enjoy because I can just get on and I don't have to feel like because some days I'll just not be playing well. Like, it's just straight up, I'm not playing well and I'll just keep losing. And at times
like, I'm ready to be done.
Yeah, that can get frustrating. But at the same time, that's why I love my community, because most of them will still usually keep the vibes up, even if I'm not doing the best. I love that I haven't built my community on being the best, because when you're not the best on a certain day, that's really awkward if they're there to watch you go crazy.
Right. That's... Okay. So let's say, for instance, if you weren't streaming, I mean, because it's such just a great thing.
Yeah.
What if you couldn't stream, what would be your other options? What would be your other go-tos?
If like I had to quit streaming tomorrow for whatever reason it be, I would never want to walk away from esports or the content world in general. Like I would love to be maybe on the behind the scenes of things like today, like organizing really cool like integrations between companies that I love and content creators that I think can add a lot of value. I obviously understand better than anyone the value that content creators bring to companies and products and promoting them and doing cool integrations, like things like I saw when like Dr. Lupo did like the Tarkov stream with Intel. Like they like put him in like a factory and it was like there was like dilapidated, like there was like a car in the background that was like burnt out. It looked like he was playing Tarkov in Tarkov. Like I would love to someday, if I wasn't streaming, get to do that kind of stuff, or organizing and running and being involved with esports. Like maybe not necessarily an org, but maybe like titles, like work for a game and a company that I love in producing and improving their esports scene. Stuff like that could be really cool, I feel like.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then what is it like, so if you have, do you have other collaborations? Like you talk about some of your favorite streamers. Do you have collaborations you'd like to do that you haven't been able to do?
I mean, I'm sure with Intel now, the fact that in the Intel Gaming Alliance, how many phenomenal creators I love are in there, I'm sure we're going to do some cool stuff in the future, but not really. But that's also because, like, I don't know, like hearing that with Intel, like if Intel came to me with like, hey, we're going to do something really cool, I would never even think that like that's an option, right? Like that's just not something that your mind instantly jumps to. But I think what I would love to do, and I'm sure I'll get a chance before I even leave Canada, I want to do some kind of integration with Nick if I can. Nick A30. He's like one of my favorite Fortnite content creators. He's a really cool dude, and he's part of the Intel Gaming Alliance as well. So I'd love to do a collab with him, but I've done a bit of collabs in the past, but as much as I watch tournaments and stuff, I actually do most my content creation alone, and the only reason for that is I like talking to my chat.
Right.
If I'm playing with other people and streaming with other people, it's a lot harder to talk to chat, so I do it when I can, but it's like not something that I regularly do. Like I've never like had that squad that I get on and play games with like a lot of people have, especially when they play like, games like Fortnite and Battle Royales like that.
Okay. So it's like all in all, like you'd be down if it was like some sort of like collaboration that's more like a storytelling
some cool
element.
Event, just like do something real special. But like on a day-to-day basis, I'm not really regularly like playing with other content creators or other people. Like I have some friends, like I've got Mitty, who's awesome. He's an NA West pro who I've been playing a whole bunch of games with as well. But yeah, I don't know. I really like just streaming by myself and talking to my chat. That's why I got into it.
They're mine, and nobody else can have them.
Yeah, pretty much. It's just also like I want to give them full attention. I feel bad when people like come in who are used to having a chat with me, and some people that's like sometimes what my stream is for them. They tune in when they're not having a great day, or they know I'm going to be live and they can have a chat about it, or they can like take their mind off and we can chat about other things. And yeah, it's just that is the main thing I love with streaming, which I can't do every day. I'm not going to turn out a cool opportunity like this to just sit there and talk to my chat, but ultimately I'm not regularly reaching out and doing collabs like a lot of creators are.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. So, is there other like streamers or influencers that you've seen that you feel like I don't know, in some way like inspire you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, definitely. Like there's some big ones. I mean, so one of my biggest inspirations in content, I've always been very transparent about this, and him, like he hosted me a while ago, and like I've gotten to do some stuff with him in the future. Nick Merckx is like one of my favorite content creators. I love his whole approach and just how he treats his community and how he can be streaming to 30, 50,000 people and they're all just like such a united like group of like very, very awesome individuals. So I've always like been inspired by that. Again, Dr. Lupo, like I said, with the Intel Gaming Alliance, and doing that shoot with him was just so cool because he's someone who has had a very similar career to me, and I've just respected how he's handled it all so well. There's so many content creators I look up to as well, though. But like Nick Merckx is usually the go-to one for me. And then it's just there's so many other cool people that I've just somehow gotten to do things with, and I've crossed paths with Intel or just other tournaments and opportunities I've had, which has been really cool.
Cool.
How about yourself? Have you ever actually? I feel weird being asked those questions. I haven't asked any back as well. Is there like you grew up obviously from the game development side. When you went into content, was there someone like that you like always idolized, or that you were like modeling your content after or looked up to?
No, I mean it's funny. Like I think I feel like with you, you were like you had such a strong passion about getting into streaming and stuff like that. When I started this, when I got into this, like I literally was like, oh, you know what? If I do this well enough, then I can get free PC parts. You know, and it's funny.
That's cool though. I mean,
So
that's a good reason. That's
like,
a good
I
motivator
was
right
like,
there.
Yeah, it was really just about being cheap at the beginning, because like, you know, I had a job at Microsoft and I was doing really well, and I really enjoyed making games. I mean, when I grew up, like if you looked at my high school thing, it said I wanted to basically make video games.
That's so
and
sick.
So when I started this, is like it was completely a different motivation, and so it's kind of like one of those things where when I started doing it, then it became about, well, I want to do it. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it well. So then I just started watching, you know, Linus and, you know, watching other people. I watched Dr. Lupo, Asmongold.
That's
like people,
nice.
People who, like, I've always liked people who aren't trying to be something they aren't.
No, yeah, 100%. They're just very authentic and genuine to themselves. Yeah, that's what I've always gravitated towards as well with content creators.
And so what I like to see in my chat is like when people like, you know, I'll have people say, look, you're authentic, you're not trying to do something, like it doesn't feel like I am who I am and that's who I want to be, right? And so like for me, it's the one thing I've really enjoyed. I like obviously do a lot of collaborations because I'm here with Intel all the time doing this build, so I get to meet a ton of people. And I think it's more fun. It's like, for me, it's like getting to meet cool people like you. Like, I love that you and I were like, hey, we should do this thing because this just could be fun, right? And so I think for me, it's like, I've always like, I like, ones that I really like is like, Mark, oh man, I just forgot his name, but he did like the glitter bomb stuff.
Yeah, I forgot his name too. Mark, someone in chat will 100% know.
Somebody in chat will say what it is. But
they'll know. He's amazing.
He is probably him, Peter McKinnon, iJustine, these guys who tell stories, right? Like I like to tell stories within chat, within tech, and within games.
That's
right?
cool.
And that's
it's
what I
a
like
tough skill to do, but that's very, very cool.
And so, Mark Rober, thank you very much.
That's
Mark Rober. And so, like, those are ones that I've actually enjoyed more because I feel like there's a certain way to do that. And so I've had these opportunities like going to Miami and shooting the Intel thing for Atlanta, and some of those things have been our opportunity to kind of tell those things, tell those kinds of stories. And so I want to do more of that. So like I find interesting things like you doing the joystick and then just telling that, but then telling it in a cool way. Or like even like you talked about, like we've joked, but you're like, hey, I can't run Fortnite at 300 frames per second. And I'm like, well, I'm a PC builder, and we're going to find you a PC that can run Fortnite so you can use your 360. You know, those are like, so telling a neat story like that where there's a challenge and there's drama, and then you tell something really neat. So, I mean, that's more my thing. And so watching people like that, or like finding people who do that are the ones that I've really enjoyed.
That's just kind of sick.
So I think that'll be the
I like
kind of
that.
the fun part.
I can definitely, I agree with that. That's a good way to look at it. That's a tough way to be, though.
Yeah, because usually those bits of content have a tendency to be pretty expensive to produce.
Oh yeah, I mean, and it's a big risk as well. But I think that's the coolest thing is like when you, like you said, you had a great job and like, you know, and you didn't need to jump into content. It wasn't something that you were like, oh, I've got nothing better, which makes it even more impressive. You know, you took the leap of faith and like made it work. I love that.
Yeah, so that was pretty much where it was, and then that's, I mean, so like for me, but like content creators, like I have got to meet some that I never knew, like you. I never got to meet. I would have never met you, or had an opportunity to even looked, right? Because it's just like we don't cross paths. We probably wouldn't have ever crossed paths unless it was something like this.
Yeah, 100%.
Or you know, it's like No Cocoa Puffs, or even Newegg, like these guys who end up being incredible,
like awesome people too. You've worked with some really cool people. Yeah, those are all absolute legends.
Yeah, Christopher Yee, these other ones who I never would have got to do, and so I think that's what I've really liked about collaborations is getting to meet new people. And then find out things that you have in common with them, and then in the end, it's like because most of these people end up being a lot of these people end up just being authentic, cool people. Like then you're just like, yeah, I just want to hang out and do stuff with you, and then you get to do cool, fun stuff, right? So that's kind of it. Yeah. Okay, we are pretty close. I think at this point in time, I have to hook up 3 more cables, and then we can pretty much bring you over to turn this bad boy on. So I'm just gonna hook these last 3 up. Once you get all the PSU cables in, it never looks that good, but it's still very clean. So we're just going to get this last bit done, and then we can get you over here, and we'll put your GPU in again.
I might be able to get I might be able to get my first crown win. So I don't know if you know with Fortnite the way it works. I don't know if I will right now. I'm actually looking, my low, that's not the best, but it's when you get a win now, you get a crown, and then if you get a win once you have the crown, you get a crown win. And I'm potentially, we'll see, maybe about to get one. I'm one of 5 players left, and I got 10 kills on the crown, so we've been doing pretty well here.
So does that makes you? But that obviously makes you a bigger target, right?
It's not always easy for other people to tell if you have the crown, but sometimes yes. We'll see.
Oh, okay.
It more means that for my viewers, the stakes are higher. Because when I got the 20 bomb win, it was like if I lost, they would have maybe been. Well, actually, 20 bomb win is pretty rare, so that was pretty special too. But now my viewers know that like, oh, we got a chance to get a crown win. I'm trying to get 100 this season in only solos, so that's so I've got that's a challenge I've given myself. So like I said, even when I play games, I like to always like be trying to get better or challenge myself in some way. So we'll see.
And how many do you have so far?
I think I have 25. This will be the 26th. The season's only been out for like 4 days, though, and it's like a 100-and-something day season. So I'm very much on track, but obviously when tournaments come back, that's when I can't play as much. So that's where it's also a bit harder, too.
So when do tournaments start up again?
Sorry, I had to kill someone. Tournaments come back, so we got DreamHack Sweden, which is going to be in a few days. That's the first big LAN event of the season. That's one of the first big LAN events we've had in a very long time. Dallas was like the warm-ups at. Dallas was 25,000. It was a bit of a test that like kind of test the waters. Sweden, $200,000 big event. It's going to be sick. Then I think Cash Cups also start next week, and then FNCS a few weeks after. So all this travel and stuff's been at a really good time before all the big events come back. All right, 1v1. This is all right. This is it.
This is it right here.
This person looks like they're a little bit sweaty, so this will be interesting. All right, here we go.
Hopefully it still goes. Okay, guys, we're gonna focus on him, and then I'm gonna get this case put quietly back together, and then we'll put the we'll let him do his part.
Where did this person rotate to?
He's watching. He's focused. Guys.
Okay, that would have been really bad. Wait, they flanked, and I didn't even hear them. Never mind. This guy might not be as sweaty as what I thought. This would be interesting.
I like that. You're like, yeah, never mind. This may not be as bad.
Well, we'll see. I don't know. This is still sketchy. He's using a weapon that is not often seen as the ideal weapon. Oh, he's got a chug cannon, though. That's going to be really annoying. Okay, well.
We'll see what happens.
I did do a bunch of damage to him.
I have faith.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Maybe.
Everybody's watching.
Yeah, I know. No pressure, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but you're used to it. I mean, like with this many people, this is not. Yeah.
My chat's pretty good. Where if I don't win, they're not usually the worst at. Whoa, that was weird. Got a little bit stuttery there. I think this guy's about to potentially die to himself.
Oh, really? That's hilarious. Does that happen very often?
Oh, never mind. No, he's not. He's doing this. Are you kidding me? He's doing this strategy, is he?
Uh-oh.
Oh, I've got him so weak. He just killed himself. He is just... Oh, no, he hasn't. Yeah, he does. He's just killed himself.
Really?
Yep.
What did he do?
He boxed himself in and now he's going to die. What a way to get the crown win, boys. Let's go. I don't know what I've just witnessed. The guy was looking like he was going to be decent, and then he just fully boxed himself in. Whew. The Crown Royale. The elusive Crown Royale. What a way to get it.
That's hilarious.
Oh, because so there's the item in the game that you can put on any of your existing walls, like an armored wall that gives it way more health, but he accidentally did that not in the current zone, so then he couldn't get out, and then zone just killed him. So he would have died if he didn't do it as well, though, because I was putting pressure on it, but still funny.
Well, there you go.
Are we going to finish on a Crown Royale and then come reveal my PC?
Yeah, your PC is done.
That is perfect.
So there was some weirdness with some weirdness with your GPU, so I just did it. So it's done. It's like there's actually nothing else for you to do.
Oh, cool.
And I'll just let you know the back closed fine. So it is there it is, guys. We'll put this on. And then we'll do the peels. The peels are like the biggest thing.
Okay.
Right? So that's like a big thing that everybody celebrates. But
I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. If you want to find the peel, is there a peel on the inside here?
It's just the celebratory peel, isn't it?
Okay, well, actually, we'll have 3 of them when they're all said and done. So, but let's get this one on just for, we got to put the screws in for that. Okay, I'll do that here in a minute. Let's put the screws on for this side piece. I forgot we put it in the thing.
Oh, so that's okay. It's so funny. I'm not the smartest person, right?
Okay.
When you
What?
talk that, when you talked about vertical mounting the GPU, like I'm thinking like up. That's why I was trying to imagine in my head. I'm like, how is it gonna like? But vertical, because it's not in the side. It makes sense now.
Yeah.
Now that I see it, because that's when I was talking about sagging. I'm like, is it gonna like go that? Okay. That makes more sense.
No. Yeah.
Ooh, look at my pretty new PC chat.
I gotta find those three small screws to go on the side here. But then, yeah, this was like it's all still very clean. But
Okay.
not okay, there we go. Okay, let's get this. So we had 3 screws. There they are. And we're gonna put these. I'll have you put these in.
Okay.
They're the 3 screws to get the glass back on.
Okay. Cool.
So yeah, they go. Here you go.
Yep. So wait. To get the glass.
There, and there.
Oh, for
Yeah.
this glass panel,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm like, there's no glass on there.
Yeah.
Okay,
We'll
I'm
put the
fine,
other.
I'm
Yeah,
fine.
we'll put the other glass on afterwards. There's this one.
I might have to we might have to make you interviewing me like a regular segment, because like that made it like I'm decent at Fortnite for sure, but getting like, what was that chat? Was that like that was a 20 elim Vic Roy without a crown, and then a crown win to finish off out of like I think 4 games. That's actually
Like
way
magical?
that's way better than what I do at home. Like I can maybe do that at home sometimes, but very rarely. That was definitely something to that.
It's like you said. It's like that
It's
calming.
the automation. It's something about like just letting like the background processes work. I'm gonna have to
Well,
work
also,
on that.
I guess that probably means that you enjoy the chat with me
Oh
too.
yeah, well
because
because normally I'm talking to chat, but it was cool to have someone else chatting with me.
what
Because
did
usually I
just-
can read
I
it.
had a screw. This is always the fun part. I had a screw, and then what did I do with the screw? Okay, well, we can find the screw
Is it
later.
an important screw?
Well, yeah, it's the screws for this, and they're around here somewhere. We definitely have screws, but we
It's not
can.
under it?
No, I don't understand how we took that screw out.
Yep.
And then where did I put that screw? I mean, we have the screws.
They're
I
all-
mean,
they're all in the container.
They're all here somewhere.
Yeah,
I
they'll
mean,
be
I probably
somewhere.
put it in here like a moron, because it's like one of those things that you're at like at the end and you're. Oh yeah, I did. I just put it
There
right
we go.
back in here. Here's both the screws that I needed. So we'll get these back out. Okay.
What am I doing?
Okay, we're gonna plug it in.
Oh, is it that screw there? Wait, is that it?
No, but we can put that.
That's another screw.
I don't know what screw that is.
Extra screws. That's
We're
fine.
just gonna put it
Rather
inside
have
your.
too many than not
this
enough.
is
right?
all of your extra stuff.
Okay. Yep.
So your PC essentially.
at
But
this
there it is. What do you think of how it looks?
It's beautiful. I mean, of course, it's stunning. Again, I will comment the red, good choice. See, I was expecting to potentially make, because you said it starts up red. I was
Right.
thinking like maybe I go back for my like rainbow puke color theme, but the red is looking nice. The black case, the red cabling, like if that's got red RGB with the lighting as well, I think we might have to do that.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to share this with Steve when you're
Yes.
done, because
Yes.
code 9 is Steve. Now
Hey, let's
Steve
go.
has been a code.
Okay, there you
So-
go.
Yeah, so code 9 is gonna be Steve. That is the next code for the thing. If you want to grab,
Mm-hmm.
do we have? Okay, here we go. Yep, we got a power cable. Okay, so here we go.
It's so funny you kept mentioning putting them into Gleam. So this whole time, this is in like an overall giveaway. So you didn't have to like be the first one to do it.
No.
Oh, I love
No,
that
no, yeah,
system.
so that
I was like, why is my chat not arguing and freaking out over like, oh, I was too slow, I didn't win. This makes so much
We
more
will
sense.
draw
Thank
all
you,
the
Intel.
winners later.
Okay.
And then go from there. Yeah, we try to
So
make it
much
easy.
better. So much better.
Okay, so I will turn. Okay, so now you should be able to hit the toe button. You remember the toe button?
Yeah, the toe button. Yeah, okay.
Okay, here we go. There it, there it
Hey,
is, and
let's
it's all red
go.
already.
Beautiful. Nice.
So this is one of the joys of now we are going to have to because we put we test fitted this with a K and then we have a KF. There is going to have to be an F1 in there, but there it is, guys. The system. It
Beautiful.
looks so good.
It looks absolutely stunning. Let's go this way.
Look at that.
Make sure we get that on the really good
Okay,
camera.
so let's get
Oh.
the peels. Let's do it because this is the most important part to people. Is you doing the peels.
Oh wait, we're doing. Let's do the.
Oh, look at
Oh, beautiful! Now I'm so excited. So if anyone just tuned in who's super late, obviously you probably be able to figure out this is my new PC. So the PC is going to be sent to me. I am obviously going to Sweden, not tomorrow, the next day, but from when I get back onwards, this is going to be my beautiful new PC.
And it's already got the windows. It's got windows on it already. It's basically good to go.
Let's go.
So we're
Okay,
going to
now-
put this
yep.
on here.
Yep, and then we'll do the
And then
peels.
now we're going to do the peels. You have 3 peels, by the way.
Okay, 3 peels. All right.
Yeah, so you got 3 peels. So we got to do it 3 times. It's a 3-peat.
Okay, I'm coming over.
If you would have done 3 wins, it would have all been like together. Oh, he's going with the big. Whoa.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me do this. There.
Sorry, I was too excited for the peels.
There you go. Okay, hold on. Let me get this in.
I'm loving the beautiful close-up from the super crazy camera too. This is nice.
I did really Linused it. There we go. I Linused it, but I got it back. Okay, here we go. Get this screwed in. There we go. Okay.
Right.
Now you are ready.
Okay.
Peel away, sir.
It's actually like quite a lot of resistance on the peel. I'm
Oh, I
not
know,
going to lie.
that's-
I was trying to like just single finger it. My chat's going to make fun of me for that one. I can hear the guys in the back laughing. The plastic, the grip, okay? Grow up, chat.
There we go.
Oh,
Okay, you got 2 more.
that is beautiful. That's nice. Okay, I was originally questioning the red when you said it's going to boot red, but I'm becoming a fan. I'm becoming a big fan.
Yeah, and once we get into the OS, the rest of it will go red, so everything will actually be red. But
Yeah,
it's
because
just,
I think, because right now, obviously, it just
Yeah.
is that default, like, rainbow. I'm guessing,
Yeah.
like, just, okay.
because the motherboard stores its stuff, but everything else it's got to get into the OS.
I'm
There-
blocking this one. There we go. I'm just loving the production value of this peel. Yeah.
There we go. All of it
Let's
is
go.
done, and we are good to go. Thank you, sir.
No, thank you.
There is your PC. So let's just go through it real quick. What's inside of it? We got a Core i9 12900 KS.
Yep.
We've got a Asus ROG Maximus Z690 Hero.
Yep.
We've got the Asus RTX 3090. That
Yep.
in the vertical
Yes,
GPU.
and now I know what vertical
Yeah.
means. Yep, it's not like I thought vertical.
Yeah, it's
this
once
makes far more sense.
You've got a 1 terabyte SN850 NVMe SSD, a Gen 4. You've got 10 terabytes for Steve memes.
Steve picks, yep. Steve picks, yep.
10
Really
terabyte
HD Steve
Seagate
picks.
Irewolf Pro. You've got ADATA 6,000 megahertz, 32 gigs of ADATA DDR5 XPG Lancer RAM. You've got that Hyte Y60 iBuyPower edition case, the Deepcool Castle 360EX with the iBuyPower logo, and then finally you've got the Thermaltake Tough Power, which you can see the red through the back here.
Yep,
The
okay.
Thermaltake Tough Power Grand RGB 1200 watt PSU. So all in red, ready to go. There is a PC. There's that beautiful fade right there,
Oh.
and there it is. It came out. It came out clean, dude.
It came out beautiful. You've done a very, very good job.
Yeah, so
Thank
there it
you.
is, all cable managed, looks great, and then yeah. So there it is. I hope everybody, so do we have one more code? Yes. Okay, so we have one more code because we have a 10th code. We always do. I think I surprised him with how much it ended. Yeah. Code 10 is DreamHack, which is where
Hey!
you're going and where you came from.
He
Look
did.
at that, it's a doubly.
Yeah, it is. I was there. How long ago was Dallas? 'Cause we were
It's
just
like,
there.
no, it was last week.
It was literally last week.
Because
It feels- yeah.
you did Dallas and then you went someplace else, right?
I just went back home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I did Dallas, and I went to Salt Lake, and then I came back. So it's like one of those things that I like. It
So
feels
one of the
so
few
long
people
ago.
I can't complain about traveling with. Yeah.
So no, Dallas, and then now heading to Sweden.
Yeah.
And then so you're gonna be going to Sweden.
I'm doing all the DreamHack at the
Yeah,
moment. I've
all
gone
the
from
DreamHack.
never having done like a DreamHack or really, like I've done, like I said, the Australian Open was the only real event, but that's just Fortnite at tennis thing. So going to the full esports events, I'm so excited because DreamHack Dallas, I kind of overbooked myself. I said to do a 24-hour stream the day after in Dallas.
Ooh.
Internet went out, it was a whole big thing. But Sweden, I told chat, I'm like, I'm going to do the tournaments and then I'm going to enjoy myself, hang out with the pros, see the actual event. So I'm really excited.
Yeah, one of the things I really love about DreamHack is the LAN. So I literally,
So cool.
because of DreamHack and because of PAX East, I built and I showed it to you.
Yeah.
That small form factor
Yep,
PC that's actually got a monitor built into it and all that sort of stuff. But that is for traveling. It's a PC that I can take on the go, and it is actually almost the exact same PC as this, but it's like this big.
Yeah, I might have to,
So-
yeah, okay. I think we got
Yeah,
some content
we
idea
got
for
some-
you.
yeah.
I might need a because I think I might need a portable because that whole getting that set up and everything, the portable streaming rig might be something we need to do.
Yeah, I'm actually working on. So it's funny because we're working on actually having a rig that can fit in a Pelican case, like the whole thing, and you can just basically go and you can stream from
Okay.
anywhere. So yeah,
I might
and
have
it's-
to be the tester.
Yeah, we'll have to be the tester
Yeah,
for that.
okay,
but
cool.
that's what's going on, guys. Anyway, Aussie, if they want to watch you again, if they want to find you, how do they do that?
It's Aussie Antics everywhere. AUSSIE-ANTICS. Aussie Antics on all platforms. You can check me out. Obviously, Twitch is where I'm live pretty much every single day. I won't be funny enough for the next 2 days, maybe 3 days. Again, for people in my chat, I was planning to hopefully go live tomorrow. I don't know if I will. If not, next time I see you will be from DreamHack Sweden.
There we go,
On the
DreamHack
floor.
Sweden, and then also by Aussie Vegemite. Yeah, he's got a new thing coming out.
Yeah.
He's a big, so don't mind that. But anyway, guys, this has been an absolutely awesome another mod workshop. We are back next week again, Tuesday. We're doing another one, so that's going to be awesome. So we're going to be back Tuesday next week. Outside of that, guys, super hope you enjoyed the episode. Aussie, thank you so much for being
Thank
here.
you, man. I
Enjoy the
appreciate
PC.
it. I will. Thank you so
Have
much.
a great night, everybody, and we will see you guys on the next episode.
See you guys.
and your status. Walking like that, it's really getting too much, but I can't pull back. Though I try to, is it